Greetings, this is Farina Riamentra, half-elven YouTuber, coming to you. God, sake. With another critical reaction. Tonight's episode, episode 31. Now, it should have been preparing to actually the proper screen start in about a minute, but the gallery only just started. I'm not sure if it's about to start stuff or if the whole thing is going to be delayed. Warning, due to certain time restraints, I will be having a bit of a late dinner. I did. Hey. You know, sure. I'm not sure why. Maybe they might give an explanation about why since these are pre-recorded, I really don't know what's going on. Okay, for start now, well, while waiting, I should probably mention that I do not own nor am I associated with Critical Role, its YouTube or Twitch channels, or any of its other online presence. Yep, it is recording. And, we'll let me know what that is. Is that like a calamity? Sure. It's YouTube or Twitch channels or any other online presence you may have. I'm just a fan sharing with my fellow fans. Really don't know what to. When last we left off, Fern's mother, Birdie, had just walked, after an encounter with, a crawler gang's, yeah, that's it. Gangs, attempted to waylay and rob and force us, and which battle ensued, which they pretty much decimated the gang, the Wounders Fist, despite Rigid risking a TBK with a move that she thought was brilliant at first. Let's see. Hey, Birdie, friends, then brought them to what she started calling, due to their citizen, the Callaway Hideaway, or something similar to that. When they met her father Ollie, an elder man, and their old enemy, who's been working with the Callaways, apparently. I forget his name. The Nightmare King, basically. I'll try to remember his proper name. Something Winderkoff. Good stuff. They found out, after discussing things, it seemed like it's possible that they may have accidentally traded, had Fern be traded materials in a deal with a hag who we know as Fern's quote-unquote grandmother, Morgan, or Morgan. And stuff to get the last piece of a gem, which seems to have the spell you can use to for a while look through, just have the effects of the spell identify or something like that, or some form of it, to complete their telescopic invention. And looking through it, they were able to reveal a lattice work around the moon of Rudis, which seems to be working as a prison. And at the very end of the episode, I think it was Imogen, looking through it, spotted what appeared to be a city on the surface, just underneath the cloud. Now, there's a theory going around that that this is a prison for the two missing gods that were mentioned. There's the only record of their names was in Deep Vasselheim, deeply guarded. A theory that's been going around is that one of them is the god known as the Prismatic Dragon. Another character from D&D is also the god of sight, which would explain why. But according to the sources, it doesn't appear to be a malevolent god, so it wouldn't fit. However, my personal theory, I will probably comment about this later. The other god must be I don't know who, but I'm guessing if it really was the Prismatic Dragon who was the other, then this still unnamed one might have somehow absorbed, possessed, or forcibly combined with I forget its name. I just keep going the Prismatic Dragon. And they had to roll, something which the other gods imprisoned it for their own safety as well as punishment. If I'm talking too fast, I'm sorry. It's just who I am. But the reason why they stripped both names is because worship of either would all go to the unnamed one, giving it power. Like I said, late lunch. I think it kind of adjusted. A couple of lunch tests will enjoy. Anyway, that's my theory. Let's see if there's been any word from Nightbot about how long this episode is, like how long both parts will be, and why. 4 hours 11 minutes. Counting break? Actually, you can't count break because the 2 hours more. I'm not sure whether or not I'll be able to stay up to record both parts this evening. Still no word why there was a delay, unless I decided to just move it up, which is why. Beautiful artwork, by the way. I don't think that's Avalier. I think Avalier was like one island. One thing. Not sure if it maybe Aor, but which is why there's so many pieces. I still have a. I still really do wonder if that's from the Calamity. No. I don't know where that's from. I want still. Yeah, I want this off. That was the name. If Ira is actually working with the Unsealer or not. Not looking at what. It said what Sans was, but I managed to look away before. Now let's see what Fresh Pals Stan has
to tonight's episode of Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors sit around and play Dungeons and Dragons.
We play Dungeons and Dragons.
Just like that. That's wonderful. Great. We're awesome. Before we jump into tonight's episode, we do have some announcements to get through, beginning with our first sponsor, NordVPN. Sam?
Oh, God, no.
Actually, Matt, I didn't write a NordVPN sketch this week.
I was wondering why.
They're still sponsoring the show.
I know they are, but recently I was at a family reunion watching old 16mm home movies of my grandparents, my father, my aunts and uncles, and it made me wonder, 50 years from now, when my grandkids dig up old videos of me, what are they going to find? Are they going to find me in light-up crotch costumes, clipping clothespins to my face, eating shaving cream? Are they going to see me ruin our family name?
I mean, yeah, very likely.
Yes, or maybe they'll stumble across tonight's ad. And if they do, hi kids, hi grandkids, hi great-grandkids, it's me, Sam Riegel, patriarch of your family tree, the legendary figure that both established the Riegel name and besmirched it. I wanted you youngsters to know that once upon a time, I was a real guy who worried, balanced work and life, who tried his best. And
There's
if I'm
no
gone,
way
you should
he-
know
he
that
can resist
I had
the
a
impulse.
wonderful, talented wife I didn't deserve. I had 2 fantastic kids who thought I was funny. I had amazing sisters, parents. I had a lazy rescue dog named Rigatoni. I had a group of best friends that played a silly fantasy game together, and it turned
Yeah.
into a business, but really it was just an excuse for us to keep hanging out with each other forever. And those friends loved me
Amen.
so much that they allowed me to waste hours of their life with these ridiculous advertising skits, which only barely mentioned our sponsors. I guess what I'm trying to say is my hope for you, my distant
Yeah.
relatives, is that you find what I've found: a partner you love, a role that makes you smile, friends who let you be yourself no matter how self-indulgent. And if you don't have that yet,
This is actually
please
touching.
don't give up on it. Don't stop looking until you find yourself
I'm waiting
in a
for that-
room.
still waiting for that
maybe
to
it's
drop.
big, maybe it's small, and you realize you love every single person in the room. And who knows, when you watch this video, look around. You might just be sitting in a room like that right now. And even if it's the year 2122, go ahead and check out NordVPN. If the robot uprising failed, they probably still provide the highest quality encryption for your internet traffic and hide your IP and physical location. If the water wars ended in a truce, it'll be available on every major platform. And you can go to nordvpn.com/criticalrole or use code criticalrole to get a 2-year plan plus bonus gift with a huge discount.
I know that shoe was going to drop, but it's
That
light
was
on
extremely
top.
sweet and terrifying.
Yeah.
So waiting for it to shift, and you were just so sweet the
Yeah.
whole time.
Sweet the whole time. I kind of thought it was going to segue into your last will and testament for a minute there.
That's all we have on file, actually.
That meant
So we'll go with that one.
Full thing. I'm not gonna edit it.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Wait, you're gonna live longer than me?
Keyless, baby.
It's
Wait,
true. This episode is also sponsored by our friends at Ghostfire Gaming and their brand new release in collaboration with the Dungeon Dudes, Drakenheim, Sebastian Crow's Guide to Drakenheim. The book includes everything you need to run your campaign in the world corrupted by the events in Drakenheim, including new monsters, NPCs, locations, spells, items, tools, feats, and player options. Check out this gritty, dark fantasy world filled with political intrigue right now at Drakenheim.com. And thank you so much for supporting the show. Marisha, you got something?
Yeah, just another quick reminder that we take the last Thursday
Yeah, I
of
really
every
got-
month off, so there will not be a new episode this week or next week of Campaign 3. We will be back with episodes in the aisles behind you and in the aisles in front of you, which is going to be episode 32 on Thursday, September 1st.
How much longer will you live than me?
1,000 years. Sticking with it.
It's perfect.
She buys into the cybernet.
Upload to
Just
light.
gotta get, that's the goal, right? You just want to get uploaded.
Send you to Paro.
That's all that matters.
Upgraded and then uploaded.
Alrighty. Well,
That's it? No merch?
that's it.
That was a record for Campaign 3, I feel like.
Hey,
think
you
it
guys, check out the shirt that I announced before.
Oh, yeah.
And the trend
I
continues.
don't remember if I ordered it.
Awesome. Thank you, Laura. I believe that concludes our announcements. So let's go ahead and jump
it to
into
me, man.
tonight's episode of Critical Role.
One by one, we climb until we reach the top. Two by two, we fall. Will we beat our meter to your breath and roll? How you want to do this? Thursday night. All ye critters from the feel our fun. Who knows what will happen? We might. But one thing for sure, never from the fight.
From the healer to the renegade, we all share the same goal. Adding more allies, taking more chances. Hold your breath and roll. It's Thursday night.
Right. All ye critters come join us this night and continue our majesty.
From darkness, our friendship will rise. But one thing's
For sure, we worship upon the fight. Oh, get ready. It's Thursday night.
And welcome back. So, you're so bad at this, all of you. So, last we left off, Bell's Hells, in their search for a Montreschi, encountered some interesting intrigue, encountered some betrayal, and eventually met up with the parents of Fern Calloway, who themselves seem to have been caught up in this strange Ruidus business that you're beginning to unfurl at an escalating pace, discovering, apparently, that Fern herself was a Ruidus-born. And in the attempts to protect their child, they got involved a bit deeper than they intended to before escaping into Exandria for a number of years. There have been some discussions about this disparity in experience between the years that you were in the Feywild, wondering what they were up to, and the years that they experienced in past here. But traveling alongside Birdie across the desert lands of the Hellcatch, a brief encounter with some brigands from the Ruiner's Fist, or Fist of the Ruiner, and destroying them entirely. Gathering some goods, some well-earned spoils from the battle, you headed off to the hideaway, where the Calloways had been working with their ally, Ira Wendigoth, the Nightmare King. There, they'd been constructing over time an apparatus that seemed to be constructed with the hopes of unveiling the nature of Ruidus, to give them some inclination as to what exactly is going on with this moon, as many different threads in the world seem to be converging towards this point in time in this specific astral entity. Upon arriving and meeting Ollie, your father, and having a reunion with Ira, some questions back and forth seemed to cause some tensions, some reveals of history and timelines and intent led to some relatively heated conversation. But upon the weave lens that you were given to Morgan as you left the Feywild, being delivered to your parents and thus onto Ira, who installed it, the final piece of this machine, this scope that he had created, allowed it to engage. And he showed a number of you sights you had not seen before. Glimpses through a scope that could both read what appeared to be the larger magical ley lines that slowly encompass and seem to be in some way drifting across the lands of Exandria. You got to look past the daylight into the stratosphere and beyond to get a glance at Ruidus clearly, and where the texture of storms seemed to still swirl there upon its surface. You, Orem, and then passing on the honed vision to Imogen, you saw a flash of something that you swear looked like a city on the surface. And as you pull your head away from the apparatus, Ira, spindly, spider-like arms and legs, still there, black, vacuous eyes looking at you with that continuous grin. What did you see?
Just that cage. I don't know. I feel like something's there.
He goes and grabs the apparatus and kind of pulls it to his face and begins to slowly turn some of the dials as the... You tell me.
We really should have looked at him with
We
that green
really
lens
should have.
before we gave it to him.
But as he begins to glance within the device that he had completed construction on and fittering with the various elements of it, you hear him begin to chuckle a bit to himself as the Calloway parents both kind of are absorbing the recent bits of information that have come your way.
What are you laughing about over there?
Can I throw a detect thoughts on him while he's looking?
Yes.
If you'd like to, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Immediate surface thoughts are of deep curiosity, a hungry curiosity. There is a rushing pattern of trying to piece things together rapidly with shreds of information, and behind that is just a drive, a burbling excitement from within. Are you delving deeper for anything specific?
He'll know, right? But will he know the source? He'll just know that someone has delved into
It's
him?
hard to tell necessarily the source, depending.
Yeah, I tried it back before, and he came back at me with psychic energy. That's why I didn't do it again this time.
I'll do it again.
Yeah.
I'll do
You
it.
didn't. You didn't
I'm
experience it
delving.
the first time.
Delving, okay.
It's a 14 wisdom.
Indeed. You begin to push in further, and you feel a lack of resistance as you begin to kind of push into the mind, but you're pulled into just endless darkness. And in the moment you feel like you're not going to be able to pull back, suddenly there's a face, a grin, like a jack-o'-lantern, and you're pulled back into your mind. You take 7 points of psychic damage.
I almost am down.
Oh my god.
God, we
Wait,
haven't
you
healed.
didn't do.
He wasn't able
You
to
did short rest.
because he was
I've
towing.
got 2 points.
You just roll
I'm
it.
gonna look into
No.
We have no reason to know what happened. Wow.
I'm gonna look over at Oram and say in your head, "Did you see the city?
I think that's what I saw.
What could it mean?"
You tell me. You can see him look down at his own arm.
We'll figure it out.
Can I use my Hunter's Bane to just do a perception check on the Nightmare King, Ollie, and Birdie? And is there anything else in this room that gives me a ping?
Sure, go ahead and roll
Just
perception.
because there's
with
a
advantage.
whole bunch of Fae, supposedly.
Shenanigans,
Yeah.
Supposedly.
Oh, yeah.
Supposedly.
You shut your mouth. 20, dirty 20.
Wow.
Bob and weave.
Indeed, I mean
They should
the
be
smell
getting
of
level 7
Fae
soon.
in this room, a plethora of Fae beyond just that which you're familiar with, is nearly pungent, especially in the direction of the Nightmare King. From Ira, there is a strong, almost like a sour sulfurous smell that reaches your nose. Something that it doesn't feel like rot or festering, but it burns your nose slightly. There's a powerful Fey energy from this direction. Glancing about, you know very well kind of the Fey lineage of Fern, and you get the same sense. Well,
Shady ass.
but she is a uniquely large beast when compared to her parents. The parents seem to be as expected, if themselves kind of caught in the process of looking at each other, kind of whispering a bit and watching as Ira goes into the device, kind of looking through his patterns as such. I will say you're looking for other odd Fey elements in the chamber.
No other pings in the room of entities or anything that's like kicking up because this telescope is operating at like full power.
Understood. Nothing catches your attention like that. No. Nothing sets off your alarm bells.
Cool.
So what's the plan now?
This is so suspicious of Ashley.
You got your device.
He kind of stops moving some of the knobs in the sides and pulls back and kind of turns around to the rest of you. Well, I guess first I have to say thank you for each and every one of you doing your part in bringing us to this point in time. And if you do see more again, please give me my regards for her work.
Did you guys ever date?
No. She has standards.
She does, but she talked about you quite a bit, but not. She didn't say very nice things.
He glances back into the...
Really?
Why? Oh, she talked about the Nightmare King,
But as a boogeyman sort of a thing? Oh, okay.
He pulls back and says, "This is
Well,
deeply curious. There is much more to this moon than even I theorized. And historically, Lourdes has been thought to change things, believed to bring dark tidings, corrupted fates. I took it as mere superstition. But when they all became so invested in it, when they peeked through, when all these patterns, as Hondir says, and gestures over to the goblin, who's just kind of like overwhelmed and still hurt from the previous encounter. Well, how could I not want to pull on the thread myself? After all, what am I if not a lifelong master of things that evolve into something greater?
What did you see when you looked through?
I think we saw the same thing. He goes back into the machine and begins rapidly spinning a few things. And you hear him kind of muttering like, wait, where is it? Where is it? And you see the device now bending away and shifting and like scanning around the horizon rapidly.
Oh.
Like a strange snake head appendage that's just kind of like whipping and spinning around and pushing and zooming back. And you can hear the whirring noise, and the various elements of arcane battery-like devices are flashing and flickering and glowing, some dimming, some brightening, and then reversing.
What happened?
He's still just attached to it, not responding.
Is it pausing in any particular direction as it whips around, or is it just chaotic?
It looks like it's like moving around for something.
Did you lose Ruidus?
No. I'm not looking for Ruidus.
What are you looking for?
Leyline.
There. I see what they're doing. Not much time, but I much watch their faces as they fail.
Can we see which direction it's pointing in right now?
You're in my mind.
Make a perception check.
2.
Not much of an idea here in the subterranean.
Ow, I hurt.
May I look through it?
Are you asking him this?
Yeah.
It's a bit occupied at the moment, my dear. My apologies. And he's just like a child obsessed with an arcade game. He is just honed in on it at the moment.
She spent years trying to get you this lens. The least you could do is let her peek through it.
Yeah, and who's failing?
Pulls back from the device. Looks back with another smile. They were fools, and they thought they could do this alone. They were fools to think others wouldn't work to steal the thunder out from under them. But me, I just want to be the first there and the one to make the choice for them.
Can I try to peek in
You
with
feel
him
it?
while he's standing next to him?
As you lean forward, your head hits something.
What?
You pull back, and you don't see anything.
She can't step forward?
At least something impacted you. You kind of pull back, and you see a brief, like, flicker of something in front.
Oh, put like a force.
Are we talking about the Unseelie Court?
Partially. Them and their allies.
Are you talking about the machine that they were creating?
That they were creating.
That you were creating?
See, the funny thing is, when your work is unfinished,
It's the same as I heard it, yep.
it makes it easy for you to, make the work your own. So, I thank you both, Mom and Pop Calloway, for both stopping them from their useless climb with unfocused interests, allowing me the opportunity to do this together. At least know that whatever they have planned, they won't succeed.
Could you be just a tad more specific when you say they? I think it's a little bit of Unseelie, but what's the other little bit?
Fool.
Thule is indeed involved in one of the thorns in my side during our time working together, yes. She's prickly, doesn't appreciate the talent of my background.
And a friend. What's their name again?
You?
We're not from around here. Older gentleman by the name of Ludinus.
I fucking knew it! Oh! Sorry, that was Liam.
Yeah.
Ludinus! You fucker!
Does Orm at least know country of origin?
Roll a history check.
History. Fucking knew it. Natural 20.
Yo! Give the man his props.
You are indeed aware of the Cerberus Assembly from Wildmount, and with the natural 20, I will say you are aware of the loose hierarchy there, and know that Ludinus is one
This
of the,
time we destroy
if
him.
not the founding member of the group. You know of their checkered history.
I'll just stay stone.
They're both dangerous, but they're both a bit arrogant. They have a habit of not paying attention to pieces that haven't been on the board for a while. I think we can use that to our advantage.
Tangling with some heavy pieces on that board.
Oh,
But I've
damn.
been bored for too long anyway.
Oh, excuse me.
Up for fun. What kind of advantage?
Advantage?
Yeah, you said it'll give us some advantages.
Remind me what you... I'm not quite sure what you're referring to.
I thought
Sorry.
you said they're preoccupied, so it'll be to our advantage.
Oh, I see what you mean. Sorry. The DM was like, I lost the thread on that.
Yeah. I kept track.
Well, the scope, I guess it's only fair since you've been so forthright and helpful and welcoming. Very warm reception across the board. They're not that far from here. And they were close to finishing what I was helping them build, minus a few small things. Though maybe not so small now that I look at it all. They lost the crown, but they could have finished them more. That's no matter. It took much longer to build this without the support and resources at their behest, but I like to work alone anyway. Especially without being underneath such shifty bureaucratic bullshit. The advantages that we have, that I have, is that we've been forgotten. At least I have been. It's the Callaways that draw their attention. And I think at this point, we have to diverge. After all, I can't have your scent on me any further.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna try to step forward, closer to him.
You hit what almost feels like a brick wall in the middle of the air, and as you hit, there's a brief, like a shudder of energy before it disperses and is clear once more.
Why is this here?
As a safety measure,
Were you scared?
I'm thorough.
Fair enough. You're not gonna let me look through it just once.
Oh, you're welcome to.
Yeah?
He gets to climb up the machine. Gets about halfway up, reaches over and pulls open this large hatch on it. Kind of dust and stuff settle off of it. He reaches in and starts parting a few things and pulls out what looks to be a silver crystalline crown. You hear like the cracking of glass as he removes it. Places it upon his head. It's yours now.
Well, now it's not gonna work.
I'm gonna cast Hold Person.
Okay. Unfortunately, nothing passes the barrier.
Oh,
That's
so
just
the barrier.
ruin everything I was gonna try to.
And also, this is good to know, Old Person works on humanoids.
Oh, he's not a humanoid?
Oh, he is far from a humanoid.
Oh, yeah. Humanoid is a
good to keep in mind in the future.
He is a fae.
With the crown on the head, he glances across the rest of you. I do hope you realize the incredible deed you've done. We are all about to accomplish together. Rudis has not carved you a dark fate, but a historical one.
I'm gonna
He
try
goes
anyway
into a
and try to
deep bow.
pull, use my telekinesis to try to pull the crown off his head. I know it probably won't work, but I'm gonna try it anyway.
Unfortunately, this barrier is preventing anything from reaching past. He goes into a deep bow and looks up ever so
Wait.
slightly.
Wait. Just 2 seconds. There's more than.
And in a flash of dark purple energy, he is gone.
No counter spells?
We don't got that shit.
Won't go through the wall. Very few things go through
Counter
that.
spell!
Is the wall still there now that he's disappeared?
The wall is gone now.
Worm's going to spring up on the device and start piecing through it, trying to find the green lens, see if it's still there.
Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation check for me if you don't mind.
Anything magic actually would be a pretty good idea if you can do that.
But if it's still there, I think.
Take a look at this thing.
I think we should look at Katha.
I don't think the telescope will work at all anymore.
Grass, can you give me a little inspiration?
Sure, here's guidance.
We could shove letters in where the crown was and maybe get like a couple seconds out of it.
Something?
Sure.
Did you look into his brain?
Let's test those last
He
time.
was just excited. There was
19.
nothing.
He didn't have anything like.
This is a very large, complicated contraption, and you have no idea how long it's going to take if you look through. You vaguely recall kind of where he was standing when he began to install this device. And as you rush over to where the space is and you pull open this secondary hatch, you look inside, and it is just a complicated mess of cabling and odd stone, like circular plates with runes on them that are all interconnected. With that investigation roll, you gather you know it's in there somewhere. You're not certain what awaits you should you attempt. Do you want to?
I do.
Is there any way that I could help, since I know exactly what it looks like?
If you'd like to, you could both try and reach in there.
And while they're doing that, just separately, can I just make sure it's not like ticking or beeping or anything like that?
Make a perception check for me.
I would hear the beeping, I would hope.
This is
16.
16, okay.
No advantage.
Gotcha. You do not hear any beeping noises, no.
Ticking?
Nothing like that.
I mean, at the moment, the
Or
machine...
the opposite, which would also be bad.
Right. The machine is still engaged, so the power cores are still kind of flickering and glowing. He never disabled it, he just removed the crown. So it's still powered. But you don't hear any shifts in the hum of the energy being utilized.
Ollie, can this thing be left on too long where it becomes unstable?
I don't know, we've not left it on too long. I mean, I gather it probably could be, especially since it's missing its core piece. Let me go ahead and get to it and see if I can turn this off, if I can remember. And he starts, like, looking around and grabbing a few things and pulls a couple of odd, kind of stuck sections. He's like...
Is it this dimension?
Pulls
wait.
strongly at one, like, heavy-looking bar on one side, and he pulls back, and all the cores flash for a second before coming to stillness.
Can we still? Did he move the location that he had been looking at after?
After it pointed and he
After it
said, I
pointed?
see them, they're...
Yeah. Was it still pointing in that same place?
Nope.
Hey, Fern, there's a couple of nooks and crannies in here that I can't quite get into. Can you give me a push?
Yes.
Oh, hold on. Before, I mean, you feel free to continue, but did he take the lens?
That's
He
what we're
took
trying
the
to figure
crown
out.
Just
that
the
we
crown.
saw.
So far, they're trying to see if they took the lens. When you looked into his head, did he see anything about, like, was he confused? Was he shocked? Did you see anything about a city?
Did I get any of that, or was it just sort of surface?
Unfortunately, no. You get very, very vague surface thoughts, and then if you want specific elements like that, that's when you have to delve in, and you were...
Unless you're asking questions specifically, and then they have it on the top of their brain.
I want to get in here before the whole thing comes down, potentially.
What do you mean, a city?
Orem and I saw a city.
On the moon?
On Rudis.
Moon City.
under
Moon
the
City.
under the webbing or whatever.
Under the webbing,
On the
the
surface.
storm parted for a minute, and did we get a good look? Did it look like specific type of architecture? Was there anything we could see?
Golden City.
You couldn't see... I mean, this was like an aerial view of just... You just saw structures,
Buildings that look like-
and it was for a second. So there was no sense of
idea.
architecture.
Oh yeah, were there lights on it, or was it
people?
just?
You couldn't really tell. I mean, it was still in that kind of like red, faded shade of the atmosphere, but there was just all of a sudden like textures that looked like the structures of a city from a distance.
Were
and it
there
was gone.
parks? Was it a nice place?
Yeah, it looked like lots of trees, people flying kites.
You,
The moon people, except there's two moons.
Rock and roll.
Druidians.
you feel a tug at the edge of your sleeve, and Hondir is right there, still kind of holding it. Says, "I'm sorry. Did you say that there was a city?"
The structures. It looked like it had to have been.
And you said a lattice on top?
Yeah, the weave.
Lens.
The weave lens.
It's like a net.
Yeah, it looked like almost a cage, woven over the entire moon.
A weaving.
Wait. And he goes into a satchel and like pulls through a couple of books and something else, and pulls one out and kind of like sets it down, dusts it off, goes through a few pages. Like this. He turns it towards you, and you see there is a like hand-drawn sketch of this kind of energy weave that is very reminiscent.
Exactly like that.
What's that book? What is that?
This is a study of the history of divinity. Something I've been looking into since what we discovered out of Vasselheim. This is the pattern of energy that the gods left behind to divide themselves in their
The divine gate.
realms from us when the
Confirmed
divergence
divine gate.
happened post the calamity. This is the divine gate. So whatever you saw there has extremely powerful divine power behind it or adjacent to it.
The missing gods.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I need to get this information to Eos. The Verity there. This is invaluable in uncovering the mysteries that we've all been seeking.
Calm down for a moment. Let's just catch our breaths, regroup. What does this mean to you?
I do not know. I am not a specialist in this.
But you are a specialist in ley lines,
I'm a
correct?
specialist in astral patterns, yes. So if whatever this moon is harnessing, whatever its essence is tied to either the gods or some sort of power of theirs.
Just a general clock check. Apogee solstice is when again?
Like 3 to 4 weeks away into the month.
Okay.
To Jet's point, if, gods wanted to try and escape, isn't that
The time.
the time? Isn't that what? Oh.
That can't.
Oh, goodness me.
Oh, that's a
It's
yes.
been getting worse.
That's a yes.
That means something is causing power to escape from it, right?
I mean, this is different than my theory, but
What is your theory?
well, in my head I was thinking perhaps this is what is powering the divine gate. But if you think this is a prison holding something back, or both.
I'm only guessing because you were the one who mentioned the two gods from the texts that was
They
stolen
only
from
appeared
Vasselheim.
when Ruidus. They disappeared when Ruidus appeared, right?
Right.
Check say whether they were, good or
Or maybe.
I would assume if they got locked up.
I haven't seen the text. They're being held by the Verity in Eos. I've just heard word about it and was told to lay low.
Maybe they're really, really good, and some bad gods trapped them
Does
there.
that sound like our luck?
It also
Maybe
doesn't.
They just want to be hidden because they're on a honeymoon together.
Yeah.
It's a very long honeymoon.
That sounds wonderful.
When I dream of the moon, it feels not like a good god, if that makes sense.
Orm calls down from above and says, everyone we've talked to about this who knows anything about it talks about these moments as a weakening, right?
Well, if you
Rewriting.
remember,
Audio
we were in the
that
Heartmoor,
was
in the jungle, there were all
dragging.
sorts of little, fey creatures that were coming through. They weren't supposed to be here.
Is that
That's
why he was
right.
experimenting on fucking werewolves?
Holy shit.
Wait, what did you just say?
Yeah.
Wait, who was experimenting on
Nightmare
wolves?
King.
He was?
Yeah.
That's how
And they're-
remember
and
we
they're
were
fey.
That's how we found him.
Are they fey creatures? Werewolves?
No,
I mean,
I
aren't
don't
they?
think so.
I'm going in.
Experimenting on what again?
He was experimenting on
Werewolves?
werewolves.
And then there's your whole werewolf society out there somewhere. They may
Which is
know more
also
about that.
towards Eos.
It's on the way, yeah.
It's on the way.
Okay, just back up for 1 second, just to clarify me, because I'm like at death's door here, so I wasn't focused.
Yes, that's true.
He's working. He's working.
Let me I'll put it out. Show me that big tongue.
Try turning him off and on again.
Ira is working with Thule and this Ludinous person, or against them?
Maybe
Against.
both.
Against.
It sounded like against.
Well,
Like they had been working with them, and then
Seems like
That
the sort of
could
person
be
who
the
likes
same goal.
But then the
relationships.
Unseelie are also working on it. Who's the team? Like there's three.
Well, if
There's
you
three
remember-
teams,
well,
right?
No, because Birdie and Ollie saw Ludinous and Odahan talking with the Unseelie court. All
so
those
they're
years
working
ago.
with Unseelie.
So they're working with Unseelie, and what I gathered, correct me if I'm wrong, DM, it sounded like Ira was talking about working with Odahan back in the war, because they both worked in the Apex War.
It's possible.
He wasn't specific.
But you got the sense he was insinuating that he was responsible for the initial build of the contraption in the Fae.
And then they disagreed.
And
on
then
what
they
to
had
do
they had
with it.
tensions, and then when the core of the machine was stolen and the device was left, he took that as a clue to leave and then pursue it on his own.
So, so all these
Curiosity
parties might be trying to do the same thing separately, or they could be doing the opposite thing. One group could be trying to hold the gods there, the other could be trying to release them.
well, we got different people trying to play each other. Remember that Odahan now runs the Paragon's Call. The Paragon's Call was working with Treshy. Treshy was working with Ira Wendigoth in the lab under that tower. That
And he said he was just doing it for money, but that can't be. Come on.
No. Wow.
Okay. Well,
Who
okay.
is Ludinous?
Oh yeah, you said you knew who that person was?
he helps run. I'm inside the metal, so
Okay,
you're
who
hearing
is
reverberations.
Ludinous?
Did you find the fucking thing
Well,
yet?
you-
Sorry.
I'll say-
Semi runs
My
Wild Mount,
As-
the
as-
Dwendalian Empire.
Because the machine's been turned off, the danger that you were originally in is no longer present, so it takes you a moment, but you do emerge with the lens.
Oh, we have the
Oh,
lens.
great. We have the lens back. That's
How does
cool.
it look?
Yeah,
Does it look
good idea.
intact?
I look at Laudna through it.
How do I look? A little green?
mean-
Green's not good for me, because, you know,
You
I've
don't
got a
really have
little
any
dead.
color.
It isn't easy.
I mean,
Yes.
The lens is intact. It does not seem to be activating at the moment.
Okay.
It seems like its activation may have already been utilized for the day
right,
by the machine.
okay.
Let's see.
I mean, if you really want to
He
double
didn't-
check, can I borrow that for a
He didn't
second?
need that. He didn't want it. He just
Lens.
wanted it for a
Hands it up to
second.
No, he did. He needed it. I mean,
Boom.
But then why did
That-
he take it?
But
I'm gonna hit it
he
with
used
the-
it in the machine. The machine
It's a magic item.
revealed the webbing around the moon. That wasn't there before the lens went in.
But he took the crown, but he didn't take that. He doesn't need it anymore.
You need both to
Let's
do what
see
he
if
was
anyone-
doing, but
He's
the
on
crown, I think, does more than just what the telescope
Right,
did.
so he got what he needed.
Yeah.
I feel like I should point out that Orm just jumped down and immediately Ash said, "Can I see that?" And Orm went, "Yep." And then he put it on the ground and he smashed it with his hammer.
Took a hit at it.
You did?
You
tiny tap.
smashed the.
No,
Who
I just gave it a
smashed?
tap to
I
see.
thought he was going to take a look at it. I was
It's a
like,
magic
"Here you
item.
go."
It shouldn't break.
You just smashed the lens.
I gave it a little tap.
That happened in like 4 seconds
Well,
while
took
you guys were
Wait,
spinning
did
your
it
wheels.
break?
Oh, it shattered.
Did it shatter?
You!
Oh shit.
You!
10 minutes looking for that.
Mending?
Amazing.
You can't mend a magical item.
Can't break a magical item.
Why? Everywhere I go, there are broken rocks.
Can't break a magical item.
I can try and mend it, but I don't think I tried and mend it.
Depends on the enchantment.
There are, man.
Interesting.
Yeah, like,
Fuck, Ashton!
Ashton,
Weird.
bend your neck.
Bold choice.
That's so punk.
Bend over.
The scribe.
Oh, the Mona Lisa?
Grandma can make another one.
She probably could.
I tried to mend it, but
The
it
glass-
feels.
Encompasses
But
as
like perfect or
it looks perfect, yeah.
I did.
Yeah,
That
it's
chair
just-
was definitely
There's a
gone.
big
Is it-
We could
dick butt
always.
imperfection in the center of it.
We could always maybe go get another one from Grandma Maureen.
It'd take 112 years to get it?
Well, maybe it wouldn't take take that long.
We
Like
just have
9
to
years
give her
you do,
something
right?
important in
cut.
return.
Oh shit.
Aren't
that's
you
right.
able to look at things and kind of get a sense of what they're about?
I sure am.
Can you do that with that?
Weird.
What's the matter, Chet? You got a sinus pressure headache?
Yeah, the caves. I'm allergic.
All this dust. It's the dry weather. What
Wait,
is Bertie
yeah,
and Ollie
right?
doing in this fucking chaos?
Worth every moment.
They are both kind of like
Like,
holding each other.
I
and
love
kind of
Liam's
having a
old
quiet
kid. It actually
conversation
struggles.
and kind of looking back
The
at you,
look.
looking at Fern, and talking to each other. And right as you kind of acknowledge them, like they're. Hey, in old D&D rolls, you would have got experience points for that.
Thank you.
I didn't know that.
Something.
That's true. That's how barbarians would level up in old D&D by breaking magical items. They get experience levels based on it.
Oh, yeah.
People would just level up by collecting magical items and
That's
destroying
right, I
them.
forgot about that.
It's ridiculous.
You know, in like great tombs of fantasy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the most Conan thing you
Yeah,
do.
you destroy Excalibur, you become
You become Excalibur.
Mr. Caliber.
I don't want to be a white trippy guy. You got a reference? Good
They
for you.
both kind of glance over at Fern with an apologetic look in their eyes, and Ollie kind of steps forward and goes, I mean, we both feel right foolish, we do.
Why do you feel foolish? Break that down for me.
Why you feel foolish? Nope, she's
Well, can't say
trolling.
we trusted him ever, but we were working towards a goal. He didn't really lie. But I still feel like in some way we were swindled. Like, I know how... I've swindled enough folk to know what that's like.
Yeah. I'm just talking. I'm just talking.
Yeah.
Are they confessing to being conned, or are they conning us about being conned?
Yeah.
Not good for me.
Not good for me either. 11.
They're just too good. Not that good.
And they seem honest.
Do you have any idea where he would have gone?
Bertie goes, honestly, no. I mean, we've been just holed up here for a while. He's the one who chose the location.
He chose this location?
Well, we found it, yeah. Or
Did
he
he have a
found it.
workstation in this cave? A desk somewhere where he kept papers, drawings, anything? Notes?
I mean, we can look around. We had all sorts of notes and blueprints and all sort odd things. Yeah, I don't think he.
Maps? Any maps?
I mean, yeah. There we have a map of the Hellcatch. Yeah.
Anything that he might have taken notes on? Can you show us where he put?
Yeah. Of course. Holly.
I'm allergic.
Can you double check to make sure the thing will not explode when you touch it too?
The thing?
If he's got a desk or a box of papers.
Bertie goes, I can indeed do that. She goes over to what looks to be this kind of like bone-colored chest that sits kind of in the far left-hand corner.
Yeah,
It's
that
about
looks like
3
it's
feet
exploding
by
back
1
the fuck
foot. She's going to go ahead and check it for traps.
All it says.
Guidance.
Assist? Okay. I roll a d4. Roll a d4.
Oh, me? I roll. 3.
Okay. Well, it seems okay.
Oh no. Did we heal her? Is she healed? Is she fully healed?
No, she's not fully healed.
Oh, great.
She goes in with her lockpick before, and you watch as the metal latch kicks up and the lid kind of
Or back away.
opens up slightly,
I leave it.
and nothing seems to happen.
Okay.
She goes in immediately. I got it. They start pulling out stuff and throwing it back, and you can see there's like a pouch kind of hits the ground with like a heavy, like a sack of
Pick it
rock
up,
sound,
open it up.
filled with gems.
Gems.
That was so Saturday morning. That too. What's in your cereal bowl? Gems.
All manner of odd, dark charms. Things.
Truly outrageous.
Echoes now.
All manner of dark
Go to a
charms.
religious
Strange,
character.
like magnetic tubes and points that are set within what looks to be almost like small ritual bowls of some kind. Runes you don't recognize. You can see what looks like a stack of vellum paper that is blank, but when you kind of lift one up, it has like a hardiness and it almost has like a boop, 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 boop sound, like it holds against
The shit on there.
the shake of your way.
I'm gonna help just start taking all the papers and
There's a
laying
shake
them
weight.
all out.
Just jam across it.
Just a shake weight in there.
When no one's there in the middle of the
No, you're okay.
just grinning in the corner by himself.
Coil.
Yeah. That's the true nightmare. Okay, lay them out there. They have a general map of the Hellcatch that is like pretty much identical to the one that you have. It marks lines between Bassaris and kind of essentially like supply lines. It also has unique notes around these supply lines. And you see some of them coming into Bassaris with arrows, and you see the name Treshy next to them, all coming from Drusar into Bassaris. And then there's kind of like a direction, an aerial direction outward, and the notes kind of end there to the east of the city.
That's probably where their camp is, or where they're trying to do the same thing.
Wait, their camp, but we know that Thule, who's they?
I don't know.
Thule is with Paragon's Call with Treshy.
Treshy. Lewdness.
Yep, all of the
All
above,
of 'em.
maybe. East of the city.
The Unseelie Court.
Where's our map?
Boss, where's the map?
Anything
Yeah,
else
where'd
on
it
the
go?
paper?
It's not my fucking responsibility.
Papers are blank.
I see it.
Clearly not.
I'm going.
I hit him with my hammer.
I'm gonna
Respect.
extend it.
Respect.
Worth it.
Yep.
Can I? Okay. Eyes of the Runekeeper. Anything popping up?
There's no script to behold.
I go heat it up like National Treasure style.
Does he come out of
Respect.
your breath?
That is tough.
Fair.
Yeah.
You're full of hot air. You think?
Garlic.
Garlic.
Yeah.
That's the Odeer and Wilds.
Fucking shit.
Also, would he establish the brain melting going on here?
The brain melting?
I mean, clearly there's been jumble. Clearly they've been scrambled.
They have?
I mean,
They seem like nice folks to me.
they do. They just seem like a fried egg at this point, right?
We've always been a bit frazzled, if that's what you mean.
How
But
long have you been working on this project?
well, I mean, this particular project only a couple years.
What were you doing before?
Before that, we were laying low from the Encelian, trying to just find a base of operations in here, trying to figure out how we could take this crown and, figure out what it is they were trying to do and see how we could save Fern.
Did you ever put on the crown?
Yeah, of course. We have.
Did anything happen? Yeah, of course. You
And
gotta
what
play.
powers did it have?
It was like moon powers. It was like you could could see through darkness and shadow shit, right?
Indeed, and we could bring down like a temporary eclipse on somebody who was trying to chase us or was being angry on our side there. It still had.
Could bring down an eclipse like from the moon?
I mean, from their perspective, it was more of an illusory eclipse, but it left them in like a withering darkness for a time. We were still trying to figure it out. It seems like there was a lot of mystery about what it could do, and we were just kind of in the process of trying things out and experimenting with it. A couple times things got a little hairy and weird. Changes minds easy. Can craft alter
darn it.
illusions, which is mighty helpful when you're trying to survive being chased by assassins, I'll tell you that much.
Like for your sakes, don't do it on Thursday. At least do it on Thursday of the month.
This telescope thingy, are we done with it? Do you think it would help if we could somehow power it up again and get it working again, or is it useless to us?
You's gonna be coming back for the crown.
Well, yeah. But we don't have it, so.
Yes, it's true. We don't have
But
it.
they're
still
working
wants
with Nightmare King, right?
No, they'd be working.
That's right. Oh, I'm a jumble jamble.
Yeah, Birdie turns to and says, "Oh yeah, honey. There was another one of them assassins nearly got me. Nearly.
That's right. We didn't tell you.
Do they know what this is?" She goes, I don't think so. I think we covered our tracks pretty well.
Okay, well, hang on for a second.
Well,
I'm sorry.
No,
What?
I just because like if there's any clues to be had in analyzing this machine, well, I don't know. Are there? Like, is there anything to get out of this? Do you think, or is it done? Are we done with this?
Well, my question is, who could even understand what's going on in here?
Well, I know one person.
You do? Oh, Joe.
Or
Dancer.
Well,
who's in Bosphorus, right?
and who knows everything about orbs that power machines and
Yeah.
building things and.
Okay.
And the orbs aren't like drained, right? Are they? I mean, I don't know if they're spent, but they're power sources. They're valuable.
there's a lot of bad parental energy being talked about here.
Justin, that is true. That is true. Another, don't think I'm crazy. Okay.
Too late.
Yeah.
Never.
But we technically have quite the in with the other side.
I would agree with that.
We can walk right into Paragon's call and talk to Odahan and theoretically Trashy, and we're one of them.
I think that's a great idea.
Maybe.
And tell them that their old friend
I
Ira
said, don't
is.
think I'm crazy, Chet. And say, like, we were on a lead, and
We know where Ira is, or we.
and we know where this machine is that
ran
might be
into
of great interest to them.
How much do you all know about the Dwendalian Empire's inner workings?
To work.
No. No.
Well,
Why
not.
would we know anything about
little bit.
realm?
You've been there,
What's
check
that?
From this.
history.
Oh.
What's it like?
There's big buildings and people with magic and,
How's the
a
wood?
lot of tall people. Oh, you wouldn't believe. There's an oak wood down there, so porous, and just the best nose on it. You wouldn't. Anyway, it's really nice.
God.
Mahogany.
The place, and correct me if this has changed in 10 years or so, is run by a king. And the king is advised by very powerful mages, and it sounds about the scariest place you'd ever want to visit. So Thul's partner, according to Ira, is a little intimidating.
Oh, yeah. For clarity, like, the Dwendalian Empire is a very organized place. I mean, people just disappear if they have to.
Ruthless, I
Yeah.
read and hear or heard.
But they do a good job of painting over it. It's lovely to go through.
I mean, let's be honest. All of this business with Ruidus, it's not localized to Marquette. I mean,
No. What was the deal they made
earlier
with
you
you?
said yourself, you've
They did in a month. They had to
people
return
coming
up
from
the,
all
like,
over trying
return
to
the
seek
crown.
answers.
The thing that Ira just took.
There is...
So yeah,
I mean,
they don't find
regardless
up.
of the scope of what the truth is on this, this is very wide-reaching consequences, whatever it is, especially to have individuals like this involved.
I mean, I don't know much, but I know that
I love you.
that's it. That's the secret to the mystery. That the kind of people we're talking about doesn't go any higher
Yeah.
on this plane of existence.
The crown. Who did it? Whose crown was it? I know it was on Sealy, but did it? Who wore it?
It wasn't, was it? It was in the Unseelie Court's possession for a bit.
It was just on their possession.
Yeah,
Crowns are made for
Somebody.
a noble of some sort, right?
Could have been a long time ago.
I mean, likely. I mean, a lot of items and artifacts of old have all been made by certain things that lost to time. I don't know, we just took it. I mean, part of what we were doing here was trying to figure out what it does and look a bit of its history, but there wasn't much on this particular item on this side of Exandria. We weren't about to go back to the Feywild to ask questions, I can keep looking into it.
Yeah.
We kind of stopped pursuing that thread when Ira came by and said he knew what to do with it, which he did. Just we didn't inquire what afterward. It's
Yeah.
on me. Us. That's on us.
An easily to exploit loophole.
I mean, yeah, we need more answers.
And we have this standing contract to deliver Treshy.
Yeah.
And our standing agreement.
To do both. We get Treshy, we can ask questions.
Correct.
If he
But
knows anything.
Do we do it honestly, or, I mean, are we gonna walk in there and just tell them what we know, or are we gonna pretend that we're who we said we were pretending to be before?
We're still trying to get Treshy away.
We are, but it also feels like even if we get him alone, which would be ideal, we should try and know as much as we possibly can about this. Like, if he knows who these deities are, or what the city is, or what the purpose is, or what they're trying to undo or do, if we're talking to him, he's going to look like us, like we're jackasses.
I mean, we are.
Well, we gotta show up. We gotta show up, figure out what the lay of the land is. We gotta nab him. We let him spend time with Lauda and Ash for a few minutes, and then we let these two dig in and see what they find underneath.
True. Under the EOS seminary?
Right, yes.
How far away is that?
That is the capital of Shanadorf. On ground, traveling through the gloom jungles at a better part of a week, maybe a little less.
On a crawler, can you take a crawler that way?
You could. It would be not the most quiet way to do things.
It's over here. There's all these fucking ravines and sinkholes, and it's down that way.
Wait, so
South.
Eos is that way? But wait, which way was what's his butt going? The Spider-Man?
Well, he said that we think that their camp is east of Bassaras, which is this direction, not the Dead Man's Crater direction, which is interesting, but we'll wait for another time.
What?
Are we near the Dead Man's Crater right now?
You're a little ways southeast of it.
A little what? Are we like close?
No.
Oh.
If you pull up the map, I can show you specifically where you are right now.
Yes, please! I mean, if we're near the Grand Canyon, you gotta stop and pee.
You're on the north side of this.
Oh, fuck, we're over on that little thing. Okay. Oh, yeah, because we took a bridge.
So where did it seem like his little camp was? East
That'll never
to
work.
the side that we're on?
Eastward was generally east.
Generally
That's the best
east.
you could pick up.
And we don't know that it was a camp, right? It was just a bunch of arrows.
Potions wasted.
Well, so what you saw was, yeah, there were different lines kind of leading different locations. There was one of the thick line that was leading here to Bassaras through the trade route that was marked as Treshy, and then was just kind of like fading
And here's
this
the thumbnail.
general direction.
You probably
with
saw this
question
already,
marks,
of course,
and
if
it
you're
seemed
you're watching.
That path came to a close.
What are the little triangles on there?
There's known sinkholes. But Dead Man's Crater is dope. They named this place the Drowned City. I mean, fuck. That looks awesome. Just saying.
It all looks good.
We need. If we can get Treshy back to Esteros, then he'll loan us his airship, and we can get to Eos
Oh, yeah.
lickety split, right?
Oh, wait. Do we need to check in with the folks who are just sitting with the airship ever? They've just been sitting
We're
there.
supposed to message him to come get
Then
us.
they'll come back.
But right now we have to go back to Bassaras. Did we look through all the papers and things to see if there's any other clues?
There
Or
were the big parchment thing that's blank, right?
There's a number of them, and they're all
thunder
blank.
sheet.
Yeah.
I mean, there are obviously, there's got to be something on them that I bet we could see if we had, like a magical green gem that you could look through.
Well,
that would
you
show
mended
you
it, right?
hidden things.
You mended it.
I did, but I don't think I looked through it on the papers.
Well, it doesn't.
Doesn't show anything.
Can we roll
It's
them?
dead.
What if we rolled them up like in F.C.G, like a
sort you.
poster tube at a convention, and then check them out tomorrow?
Well, we can also put him in the hole. That way we can be sure they don't dissolve inside of him.
Would they? Oh, you got all that broken glass in you too.
Also, it doesn't have to be magical. There's other ways. I mean, we used to hide toy designs, with just. It's not a big deal. You have like heat and just a little bit of acidity. It could reveal some
Okay,
stuff.
I'll lick part of the paper.
There's a little bit more
you don't
to
know
it than
where
that, but
that's-
you can just keep doing it for my pleasure. That's cool.
Oh, gross.
That's all of it. Gross.
Can I prestidigitation a little bit of heat?
Yeah, you can do that.
Acidity. Anybody got a
No
lemon?
effect.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Cold. Make it cold.
Nothing.
They're just blank paper.
I give it a hug.
Maybe it's one of those things where we can
With the
see
power
it.
of love, nothing happens.
Maybe we can see it under the moonlight.
Nothing.
That is a good idea.
Under the Moonlight's pretty dope and romantic. You and I could go.
We could go check it out together if you would like. I forgot what I was gonna say.
I also feel like we're still not commenting on what seems like giant holes in the memory of your parents here, like giant gaping holes. Was that my imagination?
I feel like par for the course. Where
There seem like significant ones.
Yeah. Hundo years? I mean, come on.
Well, that could be holes in her memory.
I don't think they are. She's got more than they do.
No, but her grandma stretched time for her. That's why she's got so much more time.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
What exactly was the deal with dropping her off?
My grandma stretched time for me.
Against the witch? I mean, you know, we can go visit.
I feel like we missed something.
I mean, I'm happy to tell you. So, I mean, to rehash it, we, after we had taken the crown, and we had the Ancilia on our back, we were going to go to Exandria, which we knew that we took her with us. One, having a child would slow you down, and they'd eventually catch up, and if they did get to us, they'd take her out too. Sure. So to keep her safe, we needed to leave her somewhere where the Ancilia wouldn't go, or wouldn't think to go. Sure. Birdie here spent some time in her youth taking care of Maury.
Excuse me.
I won't say a caretaker, but helped to keep the place clean. Was paying off a debt for someone in her earlier family, and they kind of hit it off for time. So Maury was an ally, at most, right? And she was, yeah, Maury's just misunderstood. I mean, she can be a bit intimidating, a bit intense, but, you know, she also keeps a fine garden and makes nice teas and treats.
So many pies.
Oh, tremendously. God, I miss them. Especially that thing she does with, like, kind of the lavender and, like, that stuff. It's incredible.
So good.
If you ever have an opportunity. Anyway, so yeah, we had kind of a rapport, and there was nowhere else we could feel safer to leave her. You know, most folks are apprehensive to even approach. So we asked Maury, with what little time we had, to throw some plan together, not knowing how fast they were lapping at our heels. If she would go ahead and watch Fern for as long as she needed to, and keep her safe and keep her out of sight. And
it's a big favor.
Yeah, well, she's, you know, she's not a bad individual.
Just, it's interesting. I mean, I don't think of myself as a bad person, but I like having a quid pro quo. I mean, like, what did she get out of it? Did she get anything out of it other than,
I mean,
here's a favor for 80 years?
I said we'd make it up to her somehow. We never got around to it. It wasn't like we signed a contract or anything, but we didn't have time to sit there and mull over how we could pay something back to her or give her something. And believing me, I'm feeling guilty enough that if she did indeed steal so much of this time away from us, from your perspective, that, I mean, how could you not fall in love with this thing? This cute, tall woman before me. This, and she kind of walks up and kind of takes your hands a little bit and looks up at you. I mean, I don't blame her. I definitely want to have a long conversation with Maury when all this is done. I don't know, see if there's a way to take some of this time back. I owe you so much. I'm so sorry, Fern. We're both, looks over, and Ollie kind of approaches and takes your other hand and takes Birdie's hand and says, we did so much of this for you. And there's regrets. There's so many regrets. And I'm so sorry. Really am. Both are. I don't know what else to tell you, but like I think a lot of you know, some of this is bigger than all of us. And at the time, we thought it was all because, well, attached in some way to you. If we were afraid that bringing you back with us after that flare we saw was what brought us into the Fae. And I was afraid it was coming for you. If we couldn't stop it. And we just wanted to do right by the beautiful thing we brought into this world, and I guess we got a bit distracted.
Yeah, I understand, and you both were trying to do the right thing, and You know, it is what it is.
Even 6 years is too long.
It's a bit of a long time.
Look, I know that. Trust me. Every day we thought about her. But any attempt to try and go ahead and cross that veil meant that we were putting her in danger again. I mean, we hadn't even seen her yet. And you got found by him. And now they know what you look like. Now they know loosely what you're up to. I hope not too deeply, but... You know, thankfully, you're capable. For you all to have gotten where you are here, and Bertie goes, oh, very, I've seen them. You should have seen what they did to that ruiner out there. Oh, my Nelly. It was, well,
yeah.
They seem quite capable from what I've seen, and, you know, there's a comfort in the fact that our little Fern, oh, big Fern, has managed to surround herself with some pretty good, capable folk of their own.
Mm-hmm. The best.
You know, something that's just been bothering me just a little.
Your scalp.
It's honestly, I need to get like an oil or something. And
Well, I'll get you on that. I got plenty of oils here.
That's not what I'm talking about. Dick, don't listen to Jenny. If you feel like maybe there was a trade of time with Fern for something else, we sort of jumped to the conclusions that maybe it was because of, you got this little green gem, this lens in return as a trade, but that doesn't really, I don't know, that just seems so odd and unsubstantial
No,
for the price.
That was an Ira request, if I'm going to be honest.
Right, so what... Right. So what was gained? What was the trade?
I mean, maybe I'm just assuming, but she's still alive, isn't she?
But did you guys get something?
Little boon, little grace, little magic, little fortune.
No, there wasn't anything like that. We didn't ask for anything in return, but to just keep her safe.
Are you sure?
If you want to insinuate something, come out and say it straight, please. We've had enough talking between lines and deceit around here in just the past day or so.
I think we can all agree on that.
Not attempting to insinuate anything. To Chetney's point, there's just a decent amount of holes, and I kind of agree with Ashton. Maybe there's some sort of missing chapters in your mind.
Maybe I'm a little biased right now. I will honestly admit that, but are you sure someone hasn't been drilling a few holes in there?
Imogen.
You see, immediately, Bertie looks over at Ollie and starts inspecting his head.
Metaphorically.
Don't roll anything out.
Why am I irritated?
Do you think the two of you could maybe...
We can
We
try.
could try, but I mean, there's a very real possibility that they just made a mistake.
Or that it could kill you.
Should we fix that?
I think
Yeah.
I'm okay. I'll probably be
What are you
okay.
doing, Jonathan?
Two.
But we could both try to look into one of your minds and see if there's anything funky in there. If you'll let us.
I'm not against it. I mean, we've all kind of come to a point of understanding. You've all done well enough to gain my trust, at least. Certainly.
All right. Maybe you look in one and I'll look in the other, and we'll ask them the same questions. It'll be like Aladdin.
Or like the newlyweds game.
Yeah. See if they get the answers right.
I take out my mallet, my wood chisel, and the little wood screw, and I take up positions behind them just in case we need to make some non-metaphysical holes in their head.
Or
Metaphorical.
We could focus on one
Little chutney Lobotomy.
and just sort of,
Start
you
talking
know,
about
you
the
could
moon.
be sensing emotions and I could be sensing intellect or something, and we could try to
I feel like
combine and
Yeah.
I feel like Dad's been having more contact with the Nightmare King, so that might be the place to really poke.
I mean, sure, we can give it a try.
Well, Bertie, I didn't see your enthusiastic approval.
I mean, I'm more than happy to. Just wasn't gonna steal Ollie's thunder.
This is mostly just about seeing if anyone's been in there shaking things up.
I personally believe that they just made a mistake as well, but let's try it.
Let's cross those
I
T's.
personally believe that. Let's give it a try.
All right, so you're delving into Ollie and you're delving into Birdie.
I
think we're both
I
gonna
think
try.
we're going to both go into Ollie
Okay.
and just try to sense different facets of their of the weave of their mind.
Fair enough. Okay. So Ollie does not offer any resistance, and the brief surface thoughts that you both move past are thoughts of joy, seeing Fern, growing coldness of regret for time lost, the fear of being tethered to something they didn't understand fully. And then you delve deeper past those surface anxieties and emotions. What are you looking for?
Good question.
I want to look for any sort of feeling of, like that feeling I got from you, that something is blocking me or that something doesn't feel like a normal thought, if that makes sense.
Okay. You don't get anything that feels like a barrier,
Okay.
if that makes sense. There's no like almost a. You recall when you were trying to delve into Dusk/U's mind when it pushed you out, you would almost like taste iron filings in your gums. There was like an odd kind of like a resonating emission that pushed you and forced you out. Nothing like that here. If you're looking for things that are altered, well, perception or investigation for me, I'll say, since you're just kind of riding the open mind of someone you just met. This is gonna be a
Riders on the storm.
Or investigation.
A 10.
a 10. Okay.
Oh, that's amazing. Of course, that's the roll over here. I'm going to stop rolling in this one. I'm just going to drop it here.
It's important to follow the superstition.
Yes.
Okay. He has an open book, and as you kind of glance around, you get flashes of colorful memories, instances of setting up a campfire on the outskirts of an incredibly tangled, lush, beautiful, odd space in an area that is surrounded by the most vibrant forest and tangled jungle mass you've ever witnessed. Colors, flowers, massive flowers, colors you've never seen, you can't describe. Those colors don't exist. What even is that? And then you kind of wander off from that. It's easy to get distracted in this sea of unfocused memories and unfocused intent.
Are you seeing this?
I'm looking for something slightly different. I'm going to focus on memories of or thoughts about the Nightmare King, and if possible, any sort of like, if I can sort of follow a timeline, if there's any like just dropouts or blackouts in a timeline of events.
Roll a perception or investigation for me.
Okay, that's terrible. 15. I have really good perception.
15. So in kind of following this tether of putting forth the intent of Ira Wendigoth, you begin to see like flashes of them approaching a cloaked figure in a shaded cavern, of Ira turning and smiling, of flashes of them conversing over hot tea, of them traveling across roads, kind of attaching to caravans, Ira under a different guise. You see them looking through a library before shouting voices come off to the side and they have to flee rapidly. And as you come along the way, there are like patches of gray. There are areas that feel smeared, like the memories begin to just kind of elude you. Not dodge you, but just become blurred. And then re-engage. And then now they're gathering materials and they're plotting out devices. And Ira's showing to Ollie the theories behind his construction, showing how the facets of magical arcane energy and natural energies can be combined to create something dangerous, ghastly, and beautiful. And like showing tools and how they work. You can see Birdie crying, and you can see another smear. And as you kind of pull back, there are many smears in here.
I hit him on the head with a hammer.
No. Can you?
I was ready.
I had one job.
Can you? I wonder if we can ask specific questions about those areas. If we can try to like
uncover it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Was there anything else you're looking for, Imogen, by the way? Back to you.
I was gonna dive. It seems odd to dive into like a different memory than he's diving into. I feel like it's dangerous to do that in somebody's brain.
One way to find out.
Yeah, I don't want to break his brain. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, we incepted.
It feels strange to like
You're on
drift into Feywild stuff and then all of a sudden like be pulled over into like seeing stuff with the Nightmare King. Is that how it would have worked, or would it have been?
You tell me.
I feel like that's what it would have been.
Okay.
Like I feel like I'd be able to sense F.C.G. there too.
We're holding hands.
Yeah.
Can you read my mind psychically?
Yeah.
She's holding my tongue.
This
There
is
you
very.
go. The worst balloon ever.
Yeah, I always envision that moment in Dark Crystal where minds are melding when the two
Right,
of us are doing
right.
stuff.
Yeah, I mean, and to that point, too, I would say with you both in there, there is definitely a give and take with the attention of the mind. It's not like you're both scattered in different sides of the library as part of the focus of these memories and trying to push through. And the rest of you who are watching this, you can see Ollie's expression, like he stares off in the distance, but then occasionally, like, emotions ride across his face quickly. You see a tear roll down the cheek, and then a laugh, and then he just kind of goes blank again, and he's kind of being pulled through these same memories with them. So yeah, I'll say as this, you're both kind of holding hands or tongues in this imaginary astral space within Ollie's mind. What do you seek now?
Do you think it's possible to try to rebuild the gray?
Why don't we just pick one gray and see if we can scratch away?
Pick it out, like
Yeah.
enhance.
Or just ask, what was that moment, I guess.
Yeah. See the moment right before it kind of shifts, and
Yeah.
then ask some
You
detailed
said there was a
questions.
moment where Birdie was crying, right?
And then
And then it smeared.
So let's ask questions about that. Why was Birdie crying?
There's just a blank there. Do you wish to enforce your will to try and rebuild something that isn't there? This is a genuine question.
There's only one answer.
I mean, kinda, if it means we can find the answers.
Yeah.
If it'll help him grow it back.
How many hit points you got?
Truth can be.
You can pop him back up. That won't be a problem.
It can be damaging, but ultimately you need it. So yeah.
Yeah, I
think
want to
so.
try to help him rebuild that.
Go and roll d20 and add your spellcasting modifier, which I believe is your charisma.
You just said.
15.
15. You focus intently on the boundaries of this memory, the area where the colors begin to bleed and then fade into this kind of vacuous space, this absence. And you push towards it, and you begin to see and piece together like fractions of a misplaced hologram. the outer edges of a thought. You see a glimpse of Birdie throwing on a cloak, intent to leave, rapidly, angrily. And Ollie going to gather his things, and then the rest of you do notice that Ollie begins to bleed from one nostril.
Took on an Imogen's sleeve. Imogen.
You hear in your head? Yeah.
I say out loud, you gotta be careful with him.
I put my hand on Imogen's shoulder. It's okay, keep going.
Oh.
Of course.
You don't get much. It's hard to assemble out of nothing. You're uncertain if there is a memory still there, or if you're trying to, like an AI, building an image from what it assumes might be there. Okay. You're uncertain.
Okay.
But you get the feeling that if you push hard in the wrong way, it will have a lasting effect on the subject.
I'm gonna stop.
Okay.
I don't want to make him comatose. Or worse.
Should we leave something in here before we get out? Like
what?
Like stop smoking or something. I don't know.
Really bad habits.
Yeah. Don't chew your fingernails.
Yeah.
Just carve your name into the side of the thalamus.
F.C.G was here.
That the only thing is we don't steal,
So
and
we'll pull out.
that just makes his entire character.
So, you both emerge from the interior of Ollie's somewhat Swiss cheese memory, and are back into your bodies within the chamber. Arm on both of your shoulders, Imogen, and Ollie kind of pulls back. I must be tired or something. I'm gonna sit down for a second.
You should rest.
Kind of takes this chair and kind of leans up against it, and he sees kind of like beads of sweat on his forehead, and
Maybe
Rest.
maybe hydrate. Get some water in your system. It's always a good
Birdie
thing.
goes, I'll get you some. Hold on, I already made this. Here you go. Did you anything?
I mean,
I know.
yeah.
I fucking knew it.
What? It doesn't necessarily mean lost time. It could just mean influence. Like Birdie and Ollie wanted to quit, stop, to go back to their daughter.
That's what it seemed like.
And they were convinced to stay, magically.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Was that it?
Or
Yeah, there's patches of erased memories, or at least of.
Painted over, or it's like it just disappeared.
they could have just discovered anything, and then it's just gone over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess we shouldn't be surprised with who they're dealing with.
They could have realized how awful Ira was over and over again.
What the crown was made of, what it does, who it belonged
What they were really
to.
doing, where he stashes all of his human skins.
The crown has the ability
Yeah.
to rewrite memories.
Oh, well, there you go.
And maybe because we're here, this is the first time Ira didn't get to paint over what he didn't like.
Yeah.
Birdie kind of pulls a chair up next to Ollie, kind of her ear perked up in your direction, and she kind of plops down next to him and kind of runs her fingers through his hair, and then leans against him and looks back over at Fern and over at you. You know, you spend a laugh taking advantage of others, at least those you feel deserve it. Feels weird to be so deeply on the receiving end of it from somebody who's not as forgiven.
But hey, look, on the bright side, Fern's here.
Oh,
Oh, yes, but it's in the...
Oh. Hold on one second.
They're both
Get in!
They both start standing up and moving towards.
I was just... No, you're fine.
I'll be right back.
My word, what even is this? What is inside there?
Don't
oh my
you
goodness.
worry about it.
Okay, I'll hop out. So we went to a place called The Taste of Tal'Dorei. I don't know if you've been, but you should absolutely go. And...
Oh, we've been.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's one of the places I usually stop and try to get through Bastards. That's why I met you guys on the outside of it to pick you up.
Duh. Okay.
So, not the only one having some memory issues.
True. Full of them. Or not full of any sometimes. More like,
Off the old block.
I got you this music box, both of you from there, and I had Chetney, who is a master craftsman, put a little, made it out to you guys, and...
Oh my goodness, you serious? Oh, look what her and this scary little man made. That's some fine work. I've seen some fair work in my time. That's talented.
I know.
Yeah.
They'd open it, and crank it, crank it, and release it. And the most discordant
Pull my beats
music
I know that song.
begins to play.
My ears are going nuts.
Yeah.
Maybe that's...
I kind of like it.
That's a little...
They're both like, wow.
I just did the wood, okay? I can't do
He
anything
didn't
with
do
the
the music
inside.
part.
I don't fuck with metal.
The music part was already there. We didn't have anything to do with
It's
it. So maybe just use the box.
It's beautiful. Thank you, Chetney.
Chetney, yep. No problem. Hold on to that. It'll be worth a lot.
Oh, we will.
Of course.
Okay.
We gotta get out of this funk here.
You got any booze?
Oh, we got some booze. I'll be right back.
I feel like we need to get back, don't we?
Well, we gotta take a fucking rest before we do. And probably scout out to make sure that we didn't lead anybody to this cave where we are now in a fatal funnel.
But you just covered up our tracks, and all of you took a short
should have
rest.
seen Birdie out there. I was doing double time. All right, she was wandering in S's serpentine like somebody was shooting at her from 100 miles
We
away.
can't take a long rest, though. We got to
Birdie,
be back there
park
tonight.
it.
Well, half of us have had a long rest, as long as other people drive.
short rest.
Short rest. Oh yeah, short rest. Still, I would know that if I
I
had
can
taken
drive.
one.
I'm doing okay. But
Yeah, I
maybe,
could drive.
maybe.
Unbelievable. We drove out here and 3 people went unconscious. And you want to go on a short rest?
Well,
We're supposed to be back
Paragon's
there
call.
tonight.
Don't give a shit. We make the rules now. After all, we've got this green lens that's so valuable. We hold all the cards. We run shit now.
We hold like half a card. Let's be honest.
Is this Bartertown?
To Chetney's point, is anyone at Paragon's call going to be like waiting up for us, leaving the porch light on, you know, waiting for us to come home for dinner? Do they really care?
Can't act so eager on the first time.
I mean, we could just tell them that we got held up and got attacked and it slowed some shit down, which is all true.
It's a calculated risk. We can make it back just fine, but then we're going to the Paragon's call with a 2 hit points on our heater.
Well, if you can, maybe we trade out and some can rest while others drive.
Or we sleep here.
I think that feels like
What time of day is it now?
Right now it's mid to late afternoon, I'd say. The time that you've taken here for all this. So you're probably about like 2 or 3 hours from sunset.
And there wasn't
about 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah,
back.
and there wasn't like a specific timeline on. I think you said like within the next few days.
Oh,
All right, so we'd be fine.
So
and let's take some time and let's toss this fucking place.
What'd you call the crawler? What was the name of it?
What?
The fuck bucket? No, the bug bucket's legendary. What was the second place one called?
The Red Moon.
Yeah,
Now
the Red
kinda hates
Moon
it.
run shit now. We got cred to build.
Maybe we can call it like we can just rework it and it can be like the Fred Boone or something.
Take it easy.
I like that it draws attention. It's perfect the way it is. It draws attention, and we'll get to have a conversation with anybody who thinks it's weird.
Yeah, plus it looks like we're not aware of all the horrible shit that's going on with
Or
it.
maybe
How about
we are aware and we're putting it on blast.
Owning it.
Yes,
I'm a big fan of On Blast.
I like that.
Does anyone want to
How
help toss
about,
this? I really wanna
you're
toss
looking
this.
for a new
Go for it.
That's
I'm gonna help the toss, but then I'm gonna go.
But you're not going to destroy anything.
No, we're just going to go through.
No, he already did.
We're just going to go through everything that motherfucker might have touched and see if there's like some hidden shit around. Floorboards. Are there floorboards in a place like this, or is it just like
no floorboards.
No, it's just clay.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just take a look around.
If you happen to find anything that's like a good craftable, something that could be useful, shout it out.
How many gems did we get, by the way?
Oh yeah, pull out that bag.
Gems.
Oh,
Gems!
A truly outrageous amount.
pardon me. So for this, just some rolls here. It is a smattering of gems.
A smattering.
Okay. There are 3 emeralds within, worth 100 gold. They're small.
100 gold each.
Yes. Yeah. There is 2 sapphires worth 300 gold.
Ooh.
And 3 diamonds worth 300 gold.
Ooh, that's a good thing.
I need one of those.
Times 300. Go.
Give
So
them
I'll
all.
write
Give
down
them all.
2 diamonds right now. Do you want to just keep them all?
They
Because
have.
isn't that
They
useful for you?
It's
have.
extremely useful for
So,
me.
yeah, maybe you keep the diamonds.
I could hold on to all the precious stones and make sure they're evenly distributed amongst the group.
Or no.
Inside check.
Scout the perimeter.
You hear in your head, I'm on to you, Chetney.
I'm a bank, bitch.
Birdie. No diamonds. We have no diamonds. They're all yours.
Yes,
I'm taking the diamonds.
I remember when I was a child, you would make me hot buttered rum all the time.
Yeah.
Could we have some hot buttered rum?
I can figure something out. Yeah.
I remember
Alright.
being 8 and loving hot
Yeah, it was just
buttered
delicious.
I'll get right to it.
Okay.
She goes ahead and like sighs a little bit, looking at you, and for a brief second you see her eyes go a little sad, and then she kind of rallies and then heads back into the main area
About
with
an
like
hour
a
left
small
till-
kind of
till break.
edge. It's like a
I
ramshackle
think I'll be able
kitchen,
to stay up.
like the equivalent of the fantasy sterno can
Watch me
cooking.
just
you know,
yawn up a storm.
into there, but goes ahead and takes a small kettle and puts it up there and grabs a large dark rum, jug, and begins kind of like measuring out it with just like this wad of warm lard. But she's working on that. Ollie looks up at the machine, kind of like reaches over his pouch of tools that he had when you first arrived, and was like, I could see about getting some of this still working, maybe. I mean, most of the machine's still here, and we're missing the centerpiece, but I don't know if maybe we can find something else that could power it. Maybe if there's something else of the same level of ability, we can reinstall it. I don't know.
Put some of those purple stones from the living room in there.
That's true. We can get some of those, give it a shot. I don't think that's powerful, but we could try.
I mean, again, I can reach out to Dancer. She might know. I think I will anyway.
How are you going to reach out again?
You haven't talked to her yet, have you?
No.
We should probably do that.
I know. Things have been just going so fast and furious here that I haven't had a chance.
Yeah.
That may require some hitting. We'll see how it goes.
I mean,
Yeah.
why do you don't have to hit all your problems.
A lot of them, though. An awful lot of them require being hit.
Not every problem requires a hammer.
Most.
Hollander kind of walks up to Ollie and goes, "Hello, given the fact that I'm trying to myself lay low and have nowhere else to go at the moment, and this is the best option I have for not being found by agents of Vasselheim, can I stay here indefinitely until I find a better place to stay safe?" No, he goes, "Certainly. I mean, we've got room for one more now, apparently.
Yeah.
Be my guest." And he looks back up at the machine and begins kind of like stepping up to it and
Yeah.
inspecting the changes that were made to it and any sort of minor damage that was sustained in Ira's exit. In the meantime, what are the rest of you doing?
Aura.
Yeah.
I've been having a thought. If you were a giant spidery motherfucker and you were trying to hide shit, I would probably put it more than 8 feet up.
Well, in the walls?
Either that or are there, like, I would put stuff where no one else would think to reach for it. Anywhere where there's high.
Spider climb thing.
Well, Orm would starts to sort of parkour and swing and acrobat his way, nightcrawler his way up the telescope to get as high as possible.
Okay. Make an acrobatics check for me.
Sure. That one scene in the movie Roxanne.
I love that movie.
Rocks. It's a
good bit.
Acrobatics, you say?
Yes.
That is a 21.
21, yeah. Without fail, without issue. Up to the top. And you're now nearing the ceiling there as you're kind of holding onto the side of the machine. A little bit of that warm sunlight coming through and kind of hitting your shoulder a bit. And you can see the blue sky above getting slightly obscured with like some faint wisps of cloud.
And like a little perching green tree frog. I will both scan the horizon if I can see it. See if there's any problems.
Yeah, it's very much emerged from the hole, so you can climb out if you wanted to.
Okay. Well, I will lower back down a bit and scan the underneath the edges of that hole and see if I see any little Ira hiding
perception
holes in the walls.
Yeah.
Come
It's just a little teeny Ira hiding. Big money.
There's a 1 I'll re-roll. Perception, that's a 21.
21, not bad. Glancing about up here, you don't see any sort of cubby holes, you don't see any sort of odd spaces. You do notice markings. Little notches in the rock that kind of surrounds the surface area of where the telescope element of it emerges. You can see there's like little like arrows and notches in certain directions and locations, like little scrawled notes, almost like observations have been noted on the surrounding stone.
Hey, Laudna. Do you think you can get up here?
God, I really wish I could learn the whole
Touch
climbing
your
on
arm
walls.
and
What
cast
is
fly on you. And you
Yes, I can.
Think of a terrible thought.
Fizzy lifting drinks.
You jumped into the ceiling.
Okay, now I feel better.
Whoa, hey.
Hi, what do you need? Hello?
I need you to read. Do you know what any of that is? And I point out all that along the...
I'm so excited. I'm sorry.
And I'm just purposely not looking directly at you, but I need your expertise.
Pulling your face off again.
So,
Calm down.
do you know what that says or means?
You see in your periphery, or the corners, the whites of my eyes that turn black, and they get a little bit bigger. Eyes of the rune keeper.
Most of these here are like notch marks and symbols that point. So there isn't necessarily like a language aspect to them. But you can see some... Make an investigation check for me.
Maybe they're markings for his telescope
Yeah,
and
yeah.
spots, but how do we know what they mean?
Investigation.
Yes.
Where's Bo when you need her? Oh, that's natural 19 for a total of
Bo was
20.
here.
She's here.
There we go.
I was like, what's up? Thanks, dude.
The markings...
Have some beer. Yeah.
The markings show, and there are like... what you thought were scratches are like dates and they're gradual notches along. And you begin to realize this is kind of a slow measurement of the perpetual arcs of the red moon.
The solstice coming.
Or whatever. As the rotation begins to shift, because Rudis is getting near its apex, which coincides with the coming astronomical event. Rudis begins to, its rotation, it's climbing across the sky, and its 6-month period it begins to get closer and closer to its apex, its 6-month apex. And so this here looks to be markings that have been dated over at least a couple years. They're just kind of keeping tabs of the pattern of it traveling past the sky of the Hellcatch at this location. You also see a unique note that says, in Sylvan.
Why would it say in Sylvan?
He's an elf.
No.
Oh, why would it say in Sylvan?
What is
Thank
it?
you.
There you go. I see.
I went
I
there
see.
and it died on the floor.
No, we got there. We got there, though.
Thank you, yeah.
It says curiosity on a stone.
Just the single word.
Just a single word, curiosity on a singular stone.
On a stone.
Curiosity on a stone.
Does it look like
Knowledge on a biscuit. Passion on a leaf.
I love your new Etsy shop.
Captured somewhere. Clientele, get a bill.
I'm putting that down as a merch item. Passion on a biscuit.
Oh God.
April Fool's item, just a rock that says curiosity on it.
But that's all you see.
Can I? I'm going to kind of signal to Orm as well. This is curiosity, Sylvan. So, does it look like there's like seams? Can it be dislodged?
It looks like part of the rock. You can try if you want to.
Near any
Wait.
specific marking for?
Yeah. Can you line up with the rock and see where the vision would be pointing towards?
Yeah. Is there like a connection to that in like the lines that he's been drawing?
It looks like it a little bit. Make an investigation check for me.
Can you help me? You want to help?
Well, actually, no. Well, you just made it.
I did do it. Just 20. I don't
Yeah.
want to fail.
So
again.
no. So we're continuing with that one.
Can I also can I just look in the direction past the stone from the top of the device and know which way I'm looking in comparison to where we came from?
Sure. I mean, the markings are kind of encircled all different ways.
Right, but curiosity is one spot on the clock, right?
Are you saying anything out loud or no?
The curiosity seems to the phrase seems to be pointed in the eastern direction.
Okay.
Eastern direction.
Like east northeast kind of vibe.
And we came from the northwest originally, right?
Correct.
Not from Bassaris, but from Dressar.
Correct. From the Odiran Wilds.
Is that what you were going to tell me? That's pointed in.
Oh, it's the where the curiosity element is placed. It's kind of in like an northeastern direction.
So there were 3 places. Chetney!
Yes?
Get up here, bring the map!
I float down. You want to go for a little ride?
Oh my God. Take me up.
I just kind of scoop up under him and we like Peter Pan.
Y'all only have 10 minutes, just putting that out there. Just don't fall.
It's like being lifted by a tree branch.
Oh God, take it here, please.
Yes, the map. Let's maybe we can try and like map this out with that map.
Okay.
Well,
Is that what you're gonna say?
well, I think Hondir said that there were 3 places that he thought something could go down. They were
where the ley lines connected.
Panagrip Sands, the ocean north of the Odiran Wilds,
And
or
Hellcatch
Hellcatch Valley.
That's right.
So on this map, are either of the first 2 to the northeast of here? I don't have it memorized.
DM.
It's not marked on there, but those who are familiar with the landscape, the Pentegrip Sands are far, far east of here.
Far east.
And the Odeon Wilds are to the northwest. That's where you guys came
That's where we came from.
So it doesn't seem to
it
be
could be.
connected.
Well, no, it could be the sands.
Could be because you said east, northeast.
Mm-hmm.
So that could be the point where.
Could be. Could be the Pentegrip Sands. Nothing to write home about. But maybe.
Do we know how far away that is?
It's a few hundred miles.
Yikes.
Beyond the mountain range. It's a secondary smaller
Beyond the
desert
moon.
to the south of the Ramadan
Beyond the
Desert.
stars.
And just while I'm here, I'm gonna see if I mess with the rock or move it at all, if it does anything.
No, it just looks to be a notation of some kind, a reminder.
Okay.
You could always just draw a line, like a compass in that direction, just to have it on the map later. Maybe.
Sure, I'll make a little note on the map, I guess.
Okay.
A little ray.
Little ray.
Little ray.
Yeah.
East to northeast and anything in that.
Cool. All right, so you note that in your notes on the map, and you have that at your disposal.
Is our head poking out of the top of the cave?
Are we bilboing out of the treetops, basically? Out of
periscoping?
where this place is?
Not quite. The periscope is. The periscope is like a good 6 or 7 feet punched out
So
of
it's
the ground.
visible. It would be visible.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll climb that.
Okay, so you climb.
And I go up with
Right.
Jenny.
Okay. So you
How
climb
much more
out.
time do you think I have on the spell?
I'd say probably from all this investigation, you have like 3 or 4 more minutes.
Take a look and just scan the horizon for any bogeys.
All right.
Problems?
All perception checks and all your points.
Take it.
23.
17.
Okay.
10.
You do not see any signs of danger on the horizon. You do see the rocky, varied topography at the top of this mesa, and you can see the edges where it drops off into the surrounding ravine. And on the north side, you can definitively see maybe, a good 50, 60 feet ahead of you where it immediately drops off into the ravine, which is where the entrance to this little underground hideaway is. But you do not see anything that triggers your spidey sense.
They're coming.
What is this? This little swirly, we don't know.
That's a sink
With an X in it.
I think
The
it's
sinkholes have the triangle.
I think it's where it used to be, but it filled up. Sometimes they say that it's
right.
filled
That's
up.
what we said.
That's true.
Yeah.
And all this is just unexplored?
Well, it's just not marked on the map.
It's just not marked in the map.
But if I was trying to cover up a telescope, I'd fill up a sinkhole and put it in it. That's where we're going.
To all the sinkholes?
Just that one.
Oh. All right. So what's our plan for tonight? We're resting here. Did you find everything that you could find?
I did up there. You were still wanting to toss the place.
No, I just want to, at the very least, I'm going to toss Ira's room. I'm going to go find it and just throw all of his stuff around and see if anything
Okay.
shows up.
Make an investigation check for me.
But it'll be fun.
Quickly put down.
I don't even do the 9.
9. You toss the room. You scatter things, and Ollie's like, if you just don't leave a few things. I've been trying to still look into this and get some. That was mine actually, but it's fine. I'm coming. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It's weirdly satisfying watching you do this. Can I help you out?
Yeah, no. Come on in. It feels good.
All right, he takes a mallet and starts smashing stuff too. And after like a short time into your guys' resting, you just hear everything shattering and breaking, everything around the machine, old crates and boxes,
I'm
everything's just
gonna
being
jump in on it.
broken. Fern jumps in there now, and it just turns into a full rage room scenario.
What are you doing in there?
Basically a violent rave.
As you were.
Can we say before you jumped in and you're ransacking the room? Could I have pulled you aside?
Yes.
Also cast fly.
I went back down. No, I'm
Yeah.
good.
Okay. I just want to say this in your head so that your folks can't hear.
Okay.
I kind of got the impression, Fern, that you would very much like answers.
Yes.
Yeah, and in that instance, when I was in F.C.G, we're looking into your father's memories.
it could have damaged him forever if we'd have kept pushing.
Oh.
And I don't know if you fully understood that when you said to keep pushing, or if maybe that's all right.
Oh, well, we're made of strong stuff, so I figured he'd probably be okay, but maybe that was a bad assumption on my part. A little blood out of the nose doesn't really mean anything too bad, right?
Well, sometimes it does.
Yeah, sometimes it does, actually, now that I think about it.
Usually when it comes to, like, brain stuff, it
Yeah,
kind of
that's
does.
probably the brain dripping out of your nose.
It's all right.
Yeah?
To be angry at them. I know you're trying real hard to be forgiving and to be sweet to them. You're allowed to be angry.
Is there therapy going on over here?
Did you see us just staring at
It just
each
felt
other?
like there was some like really good advice
Wait, are
over
you in
here.
here? No, this is your job. Obviously, I'm not trying to give therapy.
I just
trying
want to listen. I just want to be here and just experience this. Just keep going.
No,
I'm not here. I'm
but
just,
I'm
fly on
just
the wall.
talking to her
no,
in her
you
brain.
Just do
Obviously.
that. I'm just gonna watch. Keep
My
going.
food. Don't say it.
Well, I don't
Don't
really.
call me that, please.
I don't really
Jack,
have much
please.
more to. I'm just gonna say it out loud.
Okay.
I don't really have much more to say. I was telling her. It's
Nope,
okay
there
to be
is.
mad.
But not. But yeah, someone said it.
Yeah, I should have said that too. Yeah.
I mean, but you all, you know, you're the expert of this stuff. Maybe it's not okay to be mad. If I were you, I would probably be mad.
Oh, I'm very mad.
Okay.
I'm very, very mad. I'm so mad I'm thinking of very bad things. But
You want to say any of those things?
no.
Not to them, but just saying it out loud sometimes.
That's
helps.
true. You know what? You could say it to us. They'll never know. It'll get it out there. It wouldn't be trapped in your brain anymore.
Sometimes, with my old crew, we had this little doll that we would hold up, and they would just yell at the doll so that instead of the person.
Oh.
I don't have a doll now, so you can just yell at me.
No, don't.
I'm so mad at you.
Okay.
Oh.
This feels
Why are you mad at him?
Yeah, why?
I feel like you just abandoned me, and I feel like I want to hurt you.
Physically or emotionally?
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good cousin.
Is that bad?
No, I don't think so. I mean, they abandoned you.
Yeah.
They were gone for a very long time.
And I don't have any relationship with them. I don't even know them.
And where do you even start with
Where do
something?
you even start?
They say that everything they're doing is because they were trying to help you, right?
Yeah,
So
but
it
she
just
kinda
seems so
makes me
strange.
feel-
But it's possible they tried to get back to you several times, and Ira just kept him from doing it.
Is that what you saw?
That's what we felt, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Did you guys say you needed a doll? Oh!
You have one?
You need one?
Yes, I do.
Fuck it up. Okay.
Who did you make this for? Who is this for?
I think it was supposed to be Pate's girlfriend. Of course, he met Sashimi first.
So I'm supposed to do.
I mean, you already did the yelling thing, but if there's more to say,
Get it out.
Get
Maybe
it
it felt
out.
bad to say it to F.C.G. Just say it to them.
Oh, don't show Chetney.
She just spit on the crotch of that doll. I saw it.
So we're strong. He came back up.
You know what?
He just keeps going up.
It's a remarkable craftsmanship.
Yes, William, you
know what?
magnificent
This really
bastard.
does show Chetney's work. The fact that I can crumple it and then it comes back.
You magnificent bastard.
Listen, if there's, you know what?
Okay.
How about this? Answer me this.
Yes.
What's first on your? What would make you What would make you feel better first? To have a relationship with them, or to?
I don't think that's the answer. I don't think that's going to help you.
Or to just sort of get your feelings out to them.
So maybe just get my feelings out. That seems like the right thing to do, right?
I mean, and I think it's worth being honest with him. You keep trying to say, it's okay, it's all right, you abandoned. That's not all right.
No, it's not.
It's okay to be mad, and maybe that's what they need is to be yelled at, and that's how you can get past it. I don't know. I'm giving advice. I shouldn't be giving advice.
No,
That's
no.
a terrible
I
thing.
mean, I feel like part of what your advice is you're saying to her might be applicable to me. I gotta talk
And
to.
me too.
I
I
gotta talk to the answer.
I
gotta figure out what
your
I'm
creator's
saying.
not dead. My mom's alive. What the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, maybe
That's
you should
right,
be
your
mad at her.
mom's alive. Holy shit.
We should just
I think we're
hurt them all. No, that's not the answer.
Should we? Should we just call it a day and just wipe them all out?
Are we fucking our parents? Where are we fucking our parents up? What are we fucking doing? We're hitting parents? I want to hit a parent.
What is Ollie doing our neck and a hair?
I want to hit a parent.
Well, Ollie
I don't
is
have issues. Fuck you.
Ollie's still in the workshop and is now got out some of his pent up intensity and is now looking at the machine. Birdie has finished making the hot butter, loosely the hot buttered rum. Comes by and says, "Well, I got this. It's butter rumish. It's what I could cobble together given the time. So it may not be what you remember, but it's the least I can do." So
It'll be great.
Get.
Can I sit down with you and Ollie and just have a conversation?
Of course. Ollie! Ollie, we're talking to her daughter.
Give him some space.
Yeah, give him some space.
We'll take our rum. We'll take our rum and we'll give you guys some space.
Of course.
Pick up my rum.
Lauren quietly leans over to Handir and says, my parents are great.
So am I. But I guess it seems to be rare to find
Lucky
people
you.
that,
My
whose
parents are good too, but
get involved in.
but character-wise, yeah.
The two.
You notice now he's holding the jug of rum that she was using earlier.
Yeah.
Just
They're all
offers.
dead. Yeah, same. Yes.
You see Ollie comes in, kind of like dusting off his sleeves from all the kicked up dust from the loose battle with the rest of the shelves and machine parts that were on the sides of the laboratory. Of course, yeah. I'd love to spend some time, right? Thank you, love. He takes and starts sipping his rum. Oh, that's weirdly spicy.
Okay. Well, I think we should probably talk about this so that I can, I was told it's healthy too.
Right. No, of course. I mean, we're looking forward to having some, one-on-one time.
I feel very upset. And I don't know why, even for 6 years, you didn't come back. And I love Maury very much, but, she's not my grandmother, and, yeah, you just left me with someone that was not family, and then you didn't come back, and I feel like I want to,
Fuck you.
do something mean to you both.
Kind of look at each other and they grab each other's hand and look back at you. And you have every right to be. It wasn't a decision we made lightly. It's not what we wanted to do, but at the time we felt it was the only option we had to keep you safe. And that's not an excuse. That's just what it was.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry. Both of us. No, he's right. We just... Believe you us, we've been spending a lot of time just worrying about you, thinking on you, and wanting desperately to reach out to you. But whenever we started getting the courage and Mamie absconding off, that's where we just... Something would come up and keep us focused on the work at hand, or we'd have a brush with the unseelie, and it reminded us of what kind of world we might be dragging you into if we do so. And we're selfish creatures. We want to do the most shiny thing in front of us that we see, and you've been nothing but the most shiny thing. And it's taken everything to not indulge in that, because we thought that if we did, we'd lose you forever. But that doesn't discount how you're feeling now here either. Look, I'm not gonna lie. When you started reaching out to me the other day and said that we see you, I've been equal parts ecstatic and absolutely just shitting myself in fear.
Oh, no.
Maybe a little both. I don't get a lot of good food out here in the Hellcat.
Check that out. That's a weird
you know,
side effect of fear.
could be. Yeah, but look, I hate all this.
I do too.
I hate all that's happened. I hate that we've been robbed of time. I hate that you've been wondering so long, and that Maury's been a little devious in how she said she'd take care of you, and that's on us as much as it is her. Your mother's right. And I just want to ask, like, if you... We're not asking for your forgiveness.
Yeah, I don't know if I could give that, but what else are you asking for?
I don't know, honestly. Maybe a chance to make it up to you in time. Or at the very least, to keep yourself safe.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a child. It's
It's right.
Kind
Oh,
of-
what? Yeah, it could be like a
it's sort of like
half
a
Just
pooing
someone missed there.
situation, and then he throws it. It's really remarkable.
Well, I
And
don't know.
I'm there for him. I've turned out to be a very good mother.
Oh,
That's
God.
amazing. My goodness, I didn't know how we can...
No.
I had no idea. I just... Oh my
That's
God, we're
because
grandparents.
You guys haven't been around it all, so didn't know they already had. Okay, well,
Someone,
I will work on trying to forgive you both, and we'll see what happens. And everybody here, they're kind of my family because I know them better. But I would like to try
they're gonna wonder which one used the phone now.
get to know you both.
At your own
Okay,
pace, dear. And to your point, we've had a lot taken from us, each other.
Yeah, I would certainly like to go at my pace, because if we go with yours, it's going to be a very long time.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot going on, and Molly, we can keep doing some investigating on our end and try and be helpful through all this, even in the aftermath of Ira's presence. We'll just do what we can to help you and your friends out from our side of things, and keep as comfortable a distance as you'd like for as long as you need.
Sure.
Only.
Just no matter how long that distance is, know that we still love you very much, and we
Birdie
just want the best for you. Isn't that right? Have whatever words are and what they mean right now. Your mother's right. I love you. And if we never see you again, fair play. But we'll love you nonetheless.
Oh.
Okay. Yes. I enjoy both of your company. And, we will probably hear from each other in the future, and we'll help each other out, and maybe we'll make memories together that both of us will remember at some point. And
Hey.
Right. They take a swig.
This tastes different than I remember.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go get back on the
28
machine.
minutes.
Okay.
That's all right. Yeah. I'm gonna.
Oh, half
go
an hour.
ahead and,
Right?
I guess start rearranging some of the spaces here for enough folks to sleep.
Okay. I can help.
Okay. Well, we can do that.
Yeah.
It's in the cringe. I hope it's someone who's watching this. My reaction to read backwards.
I think I was kind of honest.
Yeah.
I do feel like
honesty's great.
Yeah, I feel a little bit lighter.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I feel okay. I think I feel okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Did they take it okay?
I think they did. I mean, I feel like a lot of this is actually my fault because
None of it's
when
your
I
fault.
was
It's
born,
not your fault.
Are you kidding? Born and then this all happened.
Fern.
For them.
I don't think.
But I don't.
That's
No.
What? That's not how that works. No.
That's weird.
No.
I mean, okay.
No, it's not your fault. Hey, that's good. That's just getting some of it off your chest is great for day one.
27.
And now you have that doll that you're going to keep playing with for the rest of the campaign, and we'll.
You know, we can dress that up. We can dress that up.
That's just a placeholder. I'm already at work on something else. There's just a pile of wood chips and scraps over here. Just furiously.
Wow, that was very quick. Oh my
No,
God.
you can hold it for comfort and for fidgeting.
But don't love it too much.
Here under the table.
It's better than this, not gonna lie. I don't hear it as much.
What's its name?
You have to give.
Oh, I feel like you're better with coming up with names.
Oh well, I'll name it after raw meat or something like that. So
Raw meat?
well, there's got to be something better than that.
Cadaver?
Let's name them.
Caviar.
Yes, that's a good one. Okay, we'll name Caviar, and whenever any
So
of you get
fancy.
upset, you can fiddle with Caviar as well.
Or yell at caviar.
Or yell at Caviar.
I read a horror story about this one time, and then the doll came to life and ended up skinning everyone alive.
Did you read that story?
That we encountered. I just pull out pate.
Oh God.
Pate. You have a new friend.
Oh God.
My name is Caviar. What's your name?
It's been a long time. What does pate sound like?
Can we get a voice for it?
Play that?
Gravelly cockney.
Coffee?
Pate just says, look, I'm already single, or I'm already taken, but doesn't mean I can't talk to the missus, and maybe we can, there's enough room in this little birdhouse.
That would be
It's-
fun.
Pate offering
Calm down.
an orgy.
You sit there.
Fondir is like frozen mid-draw from the rum jug, and he's just looking over there, his goblin eyes over his monocle, and just kind of slowly looks over at Orem. Your friends are very interesting.
You just went out a lot today. I think this is a coping mechanism.
The emotional health of all of these puppets and marionettes is actually.
Orem is thinking about a city on the moon and is watching.
All right, with
Hi, man.
the not the most comfortable arrangement set up within the space here, but enough to take a night's rest. The day eventually begins to draw to a close as the sunset takes the skies of the Hellcatch.
Terrified.
What would you like to do, if anything else, before a night's rest?
I set up the little house, and if you don't mind,
I think they should stay in the same
I
hotel.
take caviar and sashimi and pate, and I just kind of shove them all in the house, just a little haphazard, just kind of get them to work, and then I just put like a little scrap of fabric over the door and a little red tie on the door handle. And
Oh.
have fun.
You have the red thread too, don't you?
I think that me and Matt are kindred
Oh
spirits.
my god.
Me and Matt are kindred spirits.
Just as graceful. Just as graceful. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you take a walk outside of me?
Yeah.
Orem will silently walk with you until we get out to the mouth of this cave. When I saw what I saw, I thought I was imagining it. That it couldn't be real.
Yeah.
We gotta get to Eos.
Yeah. I don't know what all this is, but
Someone's gonna beat us to the punch. I don't know if we have a month or if we have less. But
we probably have until the apogee solstice.
those texts, people are dying for them. And I know that you want answers. We gotta get there. Not tomorrow, but soon.
Definitely. I don't think the group would fight us on that. I think they understand the necessity.
I don't think they'd fight you.
They wouldn't fight you either. I think everyone deeply respects what you have to say.
They all really listen to you. You have an amazing head on your shoulders. I don't know if you see it the way the rest of us do, but you do, and I know leadership. And I know that you're, like, carrying a lot and figuring out a lot. And I don't know how to fix it, but if you need to lean on anyone, well, I'm really short, and I know how to do that. You know, sometimes I feel like you get overwhelmed, and I see, I don't know, I see a little bit of wrath, too. And I get it. A little bit. In my own way. But I know there's more than that with you. And I just want to say I'm a fan.
What if whatever's up there is truly evil? What if it's malicious? What if whatever it is that has given me whatever these powers are, what if it comes from something
What are you gonna do, Imogen Temmel? Bend to that? Or carve your own way?
I don't want a band.
Well, I mean, I started off with a compliment. You're a born leader. So if you need, like, a gut check once in a while.
Should I reach out to Odahan? I've been hiding from her. But I'm terrified to go to sleep for fear she's gonna be there again. What does that mean? I mean, I could reach out to her before that. I could contact her now.
Do you think she sees you?
In my dreams?
Yeah. Is it a two-way street?
She's definitely seen me. I've looked her in the eye. She knows me.
I think. Trust your gut.
Yeah.
I also want to ask a favor.
Sure.
maybe as a warm-up. Will you look in for a second? And I start to imagine the voice of the Tempest.
Oh, of course. I'm gonna use some sorcery points and bring back a 2nd level spell and cast Detect Thoughts.
You see a seemingly young, red-haired woman dressed in a very impressive mantle of autumn-colored leaves and antlers standing in front of one of the most beautiful trees the most beautiful tree you have ever seen in your life.
Your leader.
I'm not good with words, so I wrote this down. I know these have to be short. Tempest.
All right.
Following threads. Dark Fey influences. Members of the Cerberus Assembly. Power players in Marquette. 1 month out from trouble. Stay the course.
Stay the course.
That's a question.
All right.
Missing home.
All right. I will cast Sending on his leader. Her name is
Keyleth.
Keyleth. I'll cast Sending to Keyleth and relay all.
Oh god.
Okay.
Keyleth knows about the same stuff. She knows she can
The spell
respond.
finds
That's
the
got
individual that you focus on in your mind and concentrate on, and you convey these words in as much honesty and driven intent as you heard in Orm's voice. And you hear a gentle, calming voice come through on the response from the spell. I thank you for the message, whoever you are. This is disconcerting news. Stay the course carefully. I'll pull threads on my end. Stay safe.
I relay that.
A lot of weight.
Yeah.
A lot of weight.
Carefully. What's the course? Just finding the assassins. And
Why? You know, the beginning of my travels out here, I didn't know why my home, but this seems way bigger than one place. I don't know, I mean, maybe we are dealing with something way bigger than all of us, but you still need answers, and so do I.
yeah. Why would they target her?
She's had theories about those ley lines. I didn't hear much. Again, I've heard snippets of 100 different conversations.
Ding.
Hundreds.
Quarter hour to go.
But it's a topic that's come up. I don't know, it's my best guess. Thank you.
Thank you for everything.
I'm gonna punch her in the hip.
Punch her in the poon. What?
Stay the course.
Carefully.
It's not a real hip. I did not just Hadouken you in the V.
K.O.
Ashton is going to drunkenly find Ira's the room that they just trashed, and bring my last cup of rum in my beautiful porcelain blue cup that I now have.
Mm-hmm.
And sit down and pull out of my bag the Rashi helmet from the museum and just put it down and find a place to sit and not stand and just drink and stare at the fucking thing. And plans to pass the fuck out in there.
Okay. Your eyes long grow fuzzy, and before you eventually succumb to consciousness, the last thing you see is that mask staring back at you. A numb tingle in the back of your mind. Anyone else?
Oh, sorry, go on.
I'll add 30 seconds to the end. I said that I would stay behind and look at the sky for a bit. And really short, Orm also pulls out the sending stone and just quietly on his own says, "Hey, friend, missing you here. Could really use your special brand of creative optimism right now. Don't know where you are. Hope you're happy. Bye now."
Response comes pretty quick afterward. Hey, floating bar got a little weird. Took a while to land it.
What the hell are you talking about?
This side of the fam's keeping me busy. Missing you all too. Don't die.
Orm just kind of laughs and tosses the sending stone and catches it.
And hits it with a hammer.
Gems! Walks back inside. That's it.
Anyone else? Sammy or Bison?
One more sending.
Okay.
Yes. For the night. One more character for Matt to play.
Where are you right now? Are you?
I've found an alone place.
A lot of alone places around here. Yeah, you can.
I'll go outside.
Okay, go outside.
If the meat tongue is hanging, don't come in.
And I will cast Sending, which is a spell.
Do it.
That I'm marking off
No words,
on
good.
D&D Beyond, where you can create your own legacy in Kryn and pre-order Dragonlance Shadow of the Dragon Queen on D&D Beyond at dndbeyond.link/CR Dragonlance.
There you go.
And now I will cast the spell. And I will say...
So who is this?
I'm going to try to contact Dancer.
Fuck yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And say, Dancer, fresh cut grass, reporting in.
Why? Where the hell are you?
Awaiting designation and assignment. What is your current status?
There's a long pause. You hear a low, gravelly, textured, world-wearied voice come through, familiar to you.
Get to hear your voice.
How did you find me? What do you want from me?
That's all I got. Shit. Well, shit. Guess I gotta go to sleep now.
Try again in the morning.
Yep.
Okay. Anything else, or?
6 more sendings.
Are we sleeping? Because there's something
We're
I want to
about
do when
to.
everybody's asleep.
Okay. Well, unless anyone else pipes up, I think sleep is on the horizon.
Don't you dare do a surprise encounter.
I think so.
They will not survive.
Before sleep, I'll just run over to Imogen, that's you, right?
It's me.
And just say, do you think you're gonna dream tonight?
I have no clue.
All right, maybe I'll just take first watch and I'll watch you.
I would
But
appreciate
not
that.
creep you up.
Night night.
All right.
Okay.
Lorna,
Push aside the dollhouse.
There's stuff, man.
Don't. Privacy.
It's just like that little Beetlejuice.
Makes me feel good.
Having a lot.
It's that cat right under the bishop's.
Awesome.
How are you?
Just fine. Could I just hold your hand just in case?
Yes. I really want this to work.
Yeah.
All right.
Just in case.
Just kind of snuggle up next to Imogen.
Okay.
Sleep tight, everybody.
I actually am a little creeped out tonight. Not by you, obviously.
Okay. While everyone else is asleep.
Okay.
We're all asleep.
I am going to. I would like to go into the room with the purple stones hanging from the ceiling.
Okay. Well, you can definitely do so, unless anybody doesn't want to sleep in there with these scattered rooms.
Wow.
Nice.
Whoa. Not gonna lie, I totally forgot we were filming.
I'm so proud of you, Laura.
He's down.
Probably why.
God-given gift.
It is really, truly
So
you
proud.
two.
I was like,
I don't get it.
why she helped with the bird Foley in season 1 of Oxford.
We're covering for
I
that.
don't know where it comes from.
Yeah,
Both of you, where does it come from? Rumble a room.
Continue, please.
Okay, just very quietly.
Very quietly.
Get the
I
water.
would like to try to cut down, not touch the stones, but try to cut down 2
Of the purple.
of the purples.
Okay, make a stealth check for me, please.
14.
14. Okay. Yeah, I'll say you managed to stealthily go through and cut down 1 stone. Where are you sleeping, Orm?
Yeah, I was gonna say in the main chamber, I would think. Right? It was purple rock room and then on to the next.
Yeah.
I'd be in the cozier room.
That'd be the purple rock room, probably.
Okay. All right. So I just open one eye.
Open one eye, and you
Watch.
glance over, and you can see one of the purple lights kind of fade as it kind of is removed from its positioning.
But she's not touching it.
She's holding the rope that it's on.
Okay. I'll just watch for now.
You go over. Cut down the second one.
Just swinging it a little. I'm going to take the stone and I'm going to put it inside the dollhouse with the rest of Pate and everybody.
Are you gonna touch it?
No.
How do you put it in the dollhouse?
You know,
Swinging it in like a yo-yo.
Or using it like in a cloth or something.
I'll touch it and put it in there.
Okay.
The stone? Touch the stone?
Oh.
Okay.
No,
You
no,
touched it?
I'm going to
Go
just
ahead,
put
do
it
your thing.
in the... Oh, God. He has that face right now.
Do it. You already said you could
Okay, I already did it.
Yeah, and Orm goes, foot.
But just
Too late.
just like a
Yeah,
finger to
you just,
push it
you
in the...
just kind of gently
window.
just touch it, and it tingles a little at the touch, almost like the faintest of 9-volt batteries in the tongue.
Just a little lady
Just a little
finger.
bit.
Just a little lady finger.
And you just kind of nudge it into the house, leave it there.
And you don't see him behind you silent. He's like. And I'll just watch and wait to see if she.
You don't notice him.
Okay, and then I'm going to go to Birdie and Ollie. I'm just gonna with my lady finger. I'm going to just look at them kind of really closely,
Okay.
just so I can get to know their faces a little better.
Ollie's kind of curled up, almost like a little cat, just kind of wrapped into himself, kind of leaned against what looks to be a pile of dirt that may have been moved or excavated to make space in the main laboratory room that just kind of gives him a soft thing to lean against. And then Birdie is just like sprawled across him, kind of, legs open, arms completely just wrapped over him, just this light snore.
Okay.
She's definitely the possum of the couple.
I am going to curl up in a little ball on the floor on Ollie's side of the bed. And I'm going to go to sleep.
Okay. So
How
one
little
room's
are
inside
you?
The,
Exactly is
the
the
house. One you've put in your bag.
I got two?
You're
got
not.
two
I did
down
end up
there.
getting two? Okay.
Use mass shifting
The
right
other
now.
one.
Well, actually, not figure she can. Figure George,
Okay.
but
Okay.
No. Oh my god. I'm really sorry.
No, it's okay. Fern, what you gonna do? What would Fern do?
Have fun with it.
I'm going to go to Imogen.
Okay.
I'm going to put it.
Bitch.
I'm currently watching Imogen.
Oh, just give me your bag. Something she loves.
Great,
It's fine.
fun.
Just gonna stuff it in her bag.
Okay. Make a sleight of hand check.
Ooh. Oh wait, no, never mind. That would be a. Where'd that get lower? 16.
16. Okay. Doesn't wake her at all. You slide it into her bag.
What about me? I'm right next to Imogen.
You asleep.
You're asleep.
What's your
though, right?
passive?
14.
Yeah. Nope.
Curl up and go to sleep.
Okay.
Agent, no. Lord, there's someone who poses Age of Chaos Fern. Is it?
Unless anything
Agent,
else
no.
continues.
Yes.
Oh, Matt.
Jenny's working furiously. Wood chips and like pieces of cloth. Little.
Are you in the same room as me?
I'm off in a corner.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So, in the deepest of night, the gentle sounds of wood being carved and worked at, the occasional scurrying of somebody going to talk to another, or something being snipped and hidden. But sleep does come to you all, and a night's rest, a much needed and eager night of rest, given the exhaustion from the battle earlier in the day. No dark dreams come to you this night, Imogen. And we'll go ahead and go to break there. We'll pick up in the morning.
Kill the moon by
looking
at the first half.
God.
Good.
So much. So much. Lewdness.
Ludinous. Holy schmoly.
All right, we'll pick up here in a few minutes. We'll see you guys after the break.
Let's see what they have.
Time is
Oh.
no more.
I've already seen this on.
The great city lies in ruin, the royal line broken. Chaos followed in its wake. An eruption
I've seen this
of
ad
civil
before.
war
I
and strife.
reacted to this
The
stuff.
falling stars left behind eldritch crystals. Their magic can forge mighty tools, but unleash otherworldly contamination.
Yeah.
Now the disaster that befell Drakenheim is spreading to every corner of an unprepared world. Old feuds, petty disagreements, and internal strife unravel the order that once held war at bay. Westermar is a realm in tatters, reeling at the devastation of its capital. Meanwhile, the proud, noble houses of Caspia gather their power for a show of strength, eager to gain glory and renown. And Illyria, with their sacred cathedrals and high towers, desperately fight to uphold justice and faith in a world descending into madness. Call on the Apothecary, a new intelligence-based spellcasting class. Master their skills to bolster your allies and wield their occult magic to sap the strength of your enemies. Choose all new subclasses, use new spells, contaminated magic, monsters, NPCs, and new tool feats to expand character proficiencies. The world needs heroes. Sharpen your swords, fletch your bow, and ready your spells, and prepare to set out on an adventure into the wider world in Sebastian Crow's Guide to Drakenheim.
Hey critters, Laura Bailey here to guide you through what's new in the Critical Role shop. Oh my gosh, it's so amazing.
Maybe, but I figured have a little.
Look at this. Isn't it fashion?
I'm not sure if I ordered
Fashion
this or not.
happening here. Style should
I
not
think I
be
did
a
order this.
stud, darling.
I know I ordered this.
Anything be more perfect? It's the little things in life. This is pretty badass.
Up here?
And hey, if you want, you could head over to the Critical Role shop right now.
A new collection.
I love
Give me
it.
your Richard Nixon. I'm not a crook.
This is pretty great. I want to be in
Michael
the splash zone.
Fassbender.
That was pretty good.
Oh my God!
You son of bitches.
Saul Goodman.
Oh! Oh God!
God,
what a
that's
great
the
answer.
best choice. You won.
Oh my God! No, it did not. Did the chair just break?
Kyle, she broke another one.
Tal'Dorei Campaign Setting Reborn, the definitive 5e sourcebook that brings the land of Tal'Dorei to your game.
At this point, I'm
We
going to
discover
assume
the
we've
land of Critical Role's Vox Machina with 9 dazzling
yeah, I've seen this. I've seen we've seen everything already.
And dozens of new creatures, feats,
So
and
I'm just gonna
magic
call
items.
here.
The
This is
future
a part
of
one
Tal'Dorei is in
of my
your
reaction
hands now.
to
How do you want to do this?
Figaro Campaign 3, Episode 31. On part 2 will be out shortly. Okay, I thank you for joining me. This is Farina Riamenta, half-elven YouTuber. I wish thee good fortune on the quest of life.